prayer vigils are for.
It's time.
Yeah, they need someone who can speak.
You don't have to pray for him to go to heaven. That one should be a shoo-in.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't make it.
Yeah, when they throw him into heaven, that should be nothing but net.
Right.
What is it, Jeff?
Hey, bud. Man, I would pay $100 to come hang out at your house. Probably even more than that. And
that's for a raffle. Paying $100 doesn't mean that you're going to get something out of it.
Oh, I don't want anything out of it. I think it would be cool to just hang out.
But I mean,
your hot girlfriend, she'd run around naked the whole time too.
But you understand you're paying $100 for a chance.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't care.
Okay.
That's worth it to me, bud.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Hey, Grand Dragon, how do I join the clan?
I have no idea.
Ah.
Why don't you have a raffle? Hey, I know. What? Why don't you have a bake sale?
We do from time to time.
Do you know how sad that is when a motivational speaker like Larry looks at you and goes, I don't get it?
What it is there's no hope for you.
God. That's like my psychologist telling me I suck.
Yeah, very much. I was having such a good day till Larry called. I'm just depressed.
Actually, JD, you're my biggest failure ever.
Stop it! Just a despondent sound in his voice where he's going, this guy, I just don't get it.
I'm going to put a poster of you in my office just as a reminder of what could happen.
You stop! It's enough.
Is there something easy? Because what you did with me when you started me on the whole workout thing, you made.
What's the question?
Hold on, I'm getting past your other stuff.
What's the question? Is there something easy?
Is there something easy you can start him with? Get him hooked.
I don't care anymore.
God.
I'm serious. I hope he gets fat. Fatter.
Larry!
Because you know what? The fatter he gets, the better you look.
It's probably the best time I've ever had with Larry on the air.
Yeah, I'm just having a blast myself. Can I go home?
I'm going to come up with nicknames for you.
Great. We're right back to elementary school.
Were you a heavy kid when you were little?
Me?
Larry? Yeah.
Or JD?
You.
No, I was chubby. You know, and then I got skinny, then I got chubby. But I deal with this issue my whole life. Every day I wake up, I deal with it. I remember, I know that if I don't do the program, I'd be a 400-pound man. And that's why I live it, I do it, I breathe it.
He does. Anytime we've gone out to eat, even though, it's like a one-time thing for us, he still orders stuff, like if it's later at night, low carbs, takes the cream or whatever, has stuck on the side, whatever. So he really does that.
And I do it every day. I mean, I eat the way I do, and I believe in making bad food. You know the program. You guys know it. But I'm done with you, man.
Stop! What happened to Mr. Motivational?
What? I've known Larry probably 7-8 years.
Yeah.
I ain't never, all the talk shows I ain't never heard him talk to anybody like this.
You've known me actually over 10 years. I was on your late night show on the weekends a long time ago.
Oh, that's right, 94 or something like that.
Yeah. But I've never faced this before.
I need to drink.
Yeah, you stop drinking. So obviously you can get into a groove.
Yeah.
You've got some type of willpower. Why is it you can't hang on to this?
I don't know.
Why you got to have funky diets?
I don't know. They're not funky, just food.
Are you losing weight?
No.
Okay, then.
I liked you better when you drank.
Great.
I'm just kidding. I don't
gave up on me. Now you want me to drink.
I'm upset, man. JD, I'm serious.
I'm depressed.
How long have I known you now?
I don't know.
Yeah, you've known Larry longer than me.
Thank
That's
God
20 minutes. It seemed like about 6 years.
That infomercial didn't work.
Yeah.
Because they would have called me a fraud.
How much weight have you lost total with Larry in the past?
I was down about 30 pounds.
Okay.
30 pounds of fat.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Can I ask you a question, JD?
No.
one question,
Go ahead.
and then
Go ahead.
I'll lay off, and
Yeah.
I won't bother you again.
Here it goes.
What made you gain the weight back and then to have no desire to get back to where you were?
I have the desire. It just doesn't, I can't lose it. I've tried, and it gets depressing, so I just go back to my normal eating.
Well, what do you eat?
Trade in your thyroid for antidepressants.
What do you
I thought
eat?
about it, believe me.
What are you eating now?
I'm doing those Morningstar crumbles.
Okay.
Mixed with fat-free
Well, when
beans.
you say you go back to your bad eating, what is it you do? Do you stop by the Taco Bell or something?
I have, yeah. Not recently, but yeah.
I give up on you.
Okay. God. Chloe, you too?
I'm almost there.
That's the trifecta.
Why did you go to the gym?
I don't want to.
I didn't want to either.
I just had no motivation to get in my car and drive to a gym.
I didn't either. Why don't you got weights out here? I don't work out every night of the week here. I drive to Larry's place. I make him pay for it now.
Yeah.
Go out there and start using the stuff. Work out with Rob.
Well, I don't really know what I'm doing right now, and I don't want to injure
Well,
my-
you can work out with Rob. You can work out with O'Malley. Give him a couple of dollars to train you. That way you don't pay him in advance so you don't skip out on them.
Russ, I just offered 90 days of personal training, and I would extend it if you stayed with it. How many of your listeners would have jumped on an opportunity like that?
Do you mean at one of your gyms or
Yeah, at
where
the
you
gym, anywhere.
He ain't going to. You send him here.
I'll send them there.
All right.
Don't.
What about that, John?
Don't.
On the nights that I don't work out, which is like Tuesday and Friday are the only nights I don't work out. I tell you what, I'll go to one of Larry North's places
No, it's
and leave the gym open
No.
another night during the week.
It's okay.
Train 3 nights a week.
No.
How about a half hour?
I don't want to.
Well, then be fat.
Okay. So depressed.
How come you don't want to do this?
So just don't want to.
You're almost 50.
Yeah,
Now's a perfect time to get going.
I know. It's a perfect time. I'm just telling you. I can be happy and cheery and go rah-rah, sis, boom, bah. I'm telling you, I won't do it.
Don't you think if you pay in advance, that way you know if you skate out on a workout session, you don't get that cash
I
back,
know.
and you just wipe your ass with a 50.
I realize.
Hey, did your girlfriend break up with you?
No.
Well, give it time.
God! Can we take a break?
Russ Martin. Afternoons at 3 on the Alternative Talk Station.
didn't have a chance to get any food?
I have not. I've had a tortilla chip today.
What have you been doing?
Let's see. Finding more audio from the good Reverend Manning to use with the lover. Dealing with every idiot I've known in my life. Stuck behind every jackass with their head up their ass and a cell phone attached to it. Getting the... do we want to say the...
No.
Okay.
But did you get it?
Yes.
Okay.
And that in and of itself took about an hour longer than it should have.
Just for that particular item?
Yeah. Yes, because of the idiots dealing with
it. So are you tense?
Yes.
Come to me. Remove your shirt. I will massage your bunny nipples. And massage your scrotum as if I were playing Yahtzee.
I feel better already.
All right. Let's see. Where was it that, not Hillary, what's that thing that both they had?
Chelsea.
Yeah. Where was she when they...
she was at a college campus. I don't know.
They asked they popped the question on her dad being a slut.
I don't know which college campus it was. I just know it was a college campus. That's cut number 34, by the way, if you want to hear it.
Yeah. And I know in the clip, she says, this is the first time anybody's ever asked me that. How can you be out campaigning for your parents over the past, or your mom over the past year, and nobody bring up the Lewinsky thing?
Has she been out for a year?
Well,
I mean, even more, really more than that. Well, and I'll tell you two reasons. One, so many times they prep the crowd and they have plants in there on who's going to ask her what questions. And number two, I think because she's their kid, kind of handled her with kid gloves.
That, I don't think they allow the media to ask her questions directly. She just goes and, speaks to the students.
Wow, you're the first person, actually, that's ever asked me that question.
You don't have the actual person asking?
No, don't have the question. This is all that they posted on the internet. This was at Butler University.
Wow, you're the first person, actually, that's ever asked me that question.
All right, I think the question is, do you think, it's a paraphrasing, the fact that your mom put up with the Lewinsky crap, do you think that hurt her reputation?
Her credibility, yes.
Wow, you're the first person, actually, that's ever asked me that question. In the, I don't know, maybe 70 college campuses that I've now been to. And I do not think that's any of your business.
They applauded politely. The report says they erupted into applause. I think it was a polite applause.
That's a valid question. Do you think the entire Monica Lewinsky scandal and everything else that Hillary put up with through their entire marriage, from him being governor of where?
Arkansas.
All right. From there till his presidency, he went through a bunch of chicks.
Go ahead.
And he wasn't even banging hot ones.
It may be a valid question, but I'm not sure it's a valid question to ask Chelsea. Maybe a good one to ask Hillary.
If you're out on the campaign trail,
you're putting yourself out
and
there.
You're out there pitching your mom, then that's a valid question. Do you think that damaged her reputation because she put up with your dad screwing everybody? Your dad screwing ugly chicks.
And lying to the American public about it.
Nonstop. And then Clinton fesses up after he gets out of office. The reason I lied during the investigation.
Stop. Don't say it.
Who was it that...
Ken Starr.
Yeah. I didn't like him. I didn't want him to win.
I didn't want to get caught.
No, he just said I didn't want him to win.
I didn't want him to win because he was after me.
I perjured myself.
As I said, I don't like the Eagles police, so I'm not going to let them arrest me for robbing the Bank of America.
Thanks for that soundbite.
It's not really a good one.
No.
Could you throw some color into it?
I won't.
Forgot where we were.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
She's actually, compared to how ugly she was as a kid, she's turned out okay.
No?
Yeah.
I saw the clip on the news today.
Do you remember what an ugly kid she was?
That doesn't mean that she's going to blossom into something else.
She's at least not hideous to look at.
Yeah, she is.
Not like she was. She's softened a little bit. She has too many of her dad's features. But...
As if having some of Hillary's would be a bonus.
Well,
Yeah, they really make ugly babies.
Well, they're really not attractive people.
That's how you make ugly babies. Yeah, she's fat in the face. Is she in town?
No.
Yeah. Fat in the face. Doggy looking. Nasty hair. They make ugly babies.
How could anything ever come out of Hillary that wasn't in some movie?
Or Cocoon.
Yeah. How did that actually come out? Did it come out through your poon?
No, it did not. There's no way.
It came out and hung up.
Hold on. What is it, Gavin? What?
That's my salad.
It's my salad.
No, it's my salad.
That's how I'm eating it before the show.
That's my... No, you were not.
Yeah, right before we came on.
That was on my desk.
That salad.
That salad. Yes.
I bought that today.
No, you didn't. Where'd you buy it?
Eatsies.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's a Quiznos salad you bought from Eatsies?
What?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Screwed up.
I got that and things on it and that bread that's on top.
Yeah?
My favorite. I have that every day.
Did you eat my salad?
No. It's my salad.
Ask you again.
That's my salad.
Well, let's see. No. Well, it's not your salad.
So I have to put names on things in my office? It's my salad.
It looks delicious, Russ.
It is.
What all do you have in there?
Chicken, some bacon, tomatoes. What kind of dressings on it, Gavin?
You would know. You bought it. What kind of dressings on there, Russ?
Ranch.
Raspberry chipotle.
Yeah. I asked for ranch.
No, you didn't get it. You got the raspberry chipotle.
I haven't eaten all day. That's my salad. No!
What?
Is that good?
That's my salad.
It looks very filling. Quite nutritious.
It will be.
You made a good choice.
What kind of bread is that, Trey?
Pita bread.
Oh.
Toasted.
I don't like toasted.
Well,
get it untoasted next time.
No, give me my salad. That was in my office.
I don't have any food.
I have a pear you can have.
Of?
The fruit, a pear.
Here, take your salad.
Did you do anything to it?
No.
Did you put anything in it?
No. It's fine.
All right.
Thank you. Don't let those red flashing lights in the hall dissuade you from ever coming in again.
One of the 2 or 3 on-air lights.
What we're in the middle of.
We're still talking about Chelsea and ugly babies.
Oh.
And the things that come out of Hillary.
She better get used to answering that question because now that one person's broached it, it's going to come up. And now it's going to make the news. Why wouldn't she answer the question?
Because it's none of your business.
You're out campaigning. You're telling me the qualifications of your mom.
Mm-hmm. Current today qualifications of my mother have nothing to do with what happened in the Monica Lewinsky issue. Nothing. That's
as far as I'm concerned.
That's private family business.
No, it's not. He did it while he was in office, and if it was private family business, we wouldn't know anything about it. And he did it nonstop.
And
from the governor's mansion all the way to the White House.
I think we're mostly pissed off because it was ugly cakes. I think if it was the Marilyn Monroes, I don't have a problem with Kennedy doing the Marilyn. I don't.
Well, at that point, you're proud of him.
Yeah.
You know, this powerful man on the planet. And you're banging movie stars.
She should be doing.
And Jackie O wasn't bad to look at either.
Yeah, look what he was turning down to get movie stars.
I wonder who Clinton turned down.
Because
even who was a chick that went and had the what dog?
I said they had that dog, buddy.
No, what did you call me? What? Who was a chick that had all the plastic surgery?
Paula
Jones. Yeah.
Even after she got her teeth fixed, nose job, everything else, she was still a baboon.
Yeah. Jennifer Flowers was really the only one that was remotely.
I can't visualize what she looks like.
Blonde, huge cans, very Anna Nicole Smith-ish. I mean, now she's weathered and fat, but for a time she was okay.
So it goes through her, and then the
Jones,
the baboon, and then Lewinsky. Well, if she lost some weight, she wouldn't be bad. But dude, you're banging fat chicks in the Oval Office. Have some freaking decorum.
And the papers they just released, Hillary was in the White House most of the time he was doing it.
Well, I'm sure there's some type of rule that you just don't go flying into the Oval Office.
No, somebody's standing out front. The door, I'm sure. No, Hillary, you can't go in right now. He's in session.
Excuse me. Did you not see the cowboy hat hanging on the knob?
It's our signal ever since LBJ.
Ooh. I still don't understand how you could be president, be that powerful, have access to anything, and all you can bang are dogs.
I have no clue. Other than opportunity, trying to be, it's...
Well, he had to have more than one White House intern. Lewinsky did. I'm sure he wasn't the only one that... She wasn't the only one he had contact with or access to.
Probably not. You never know. Just ones that are available, ones that are willing.
And it's still a question now you're going to have to answer. Whether it's Hillary or the thing is...
I'd like to see Bill answer that question. That's the guy that needs to be... Do you think this affected your wife's, running because of the things you did?
That's got nothing to do with...
It absolutely does. You're going to be sitting...
That's got nothing to do with Hillary. It was something I did. They were choices I made. I didn't let her in on it. That's why it's called cheating.
Okay. But on the other side, does that make her look bad now?
No, because it shows the loyalty that she has, and you're going to want that type of loyalty.
Why would she stay with you?
In the White... I don't know. Have you ever noticed my nose looks exactly like a penis? It's got a little ridge in the middle. Every time I see him, I couldn't tell you what he said or what he's done. All I can think of is his penis nose.
The bulbous nose, yeah.
And that's really the only way you can spin that. She showed loyalty. She showed commitment to the marriage. That's what you want when you have somebody running a country. Commitment and loyalty. Regardless of what I've done. And what with.
I can't wait. Somebody will bring that up to Bill now. That's just an obvious question. That's one to ask him, though, not Chelsea.
I bet you get the same answer out of Bill you got out of Chelsea. None of your business. It was something that happened between me, other people, and the White House.
Yeah, he's pretty glib. He was really glib when that guy started shouting at him a few months ago or a week ago.
Well, that was about 9/11, which I think your answer you said, Russ, is pretty close to what he'll say. It shows her loyalty, compassion, her depth of forgiveness, and her commitment to family. And that it did make
those are the morals and those are the values that you want in the White House now, not when I was in there.
Well, one follow-up question if I have a moment. Why are you screwing ugly chicks? And why does your nose look like a wiener? I'll sit down now.
What do you think I screwed him with?
Well, one of them's a cigar. I guess your nose was busy.
What was the cigar story?
That's what he shoving up Monica Lewinsky's clam.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh, no. That was
How was he hitting her with a cigar? What kind was it?
I don't know, because he didn't want to actually put his in there because that would be cheating. So he was diddling her with a cigar.
So he claims he actually never had sexual intercourse.
Yes. I think he... From what I understand, he was pleasuring himself while she was pleasuring herself.
That's how he looked in the camera and said, I didn't.
Did they have a double-headed cigar?
No.
Wonder why the hell he picked a stogie to shove in her puss.
What was handy? I have no clue.
Of all the other things in the Oval Office?
Yeah.
I doubt
Take a gift you got from one of the other countries, something from Asia. They probably expected that to happen anyway.
I have no clue. I don't even know why he came out with. Why is that information we should even know?
Because she came out with that stuff.
Oh, she did. Okay.
Oh, she fessed up about the stogie.
I think that's one of those things she told Linda Tripp, then Linda Tripp came out and told
everybody. And speaking of ugly things on feet, is it still around? That Linda Tripp?
I don't know. After the whole Lewinsky scandal back in the 90s, she vanished.
That has got to be the ugliest human being.
Yeah, she did star in the movie The Flintstones.
That was John Goodman.
I reckon.
But every time I hear her, that name, I think of John Goodman in drag.
I think Saturday Night Live did a shtick with John Goodman in drag as Linda Tripp.
Oh, he did? Yeah. And that was a recurring role. It wasn't just like one skit they did. He wasn't even hosting. They say, hey, would you mind guest spotting? We need you to do Linda Tripp again. Okay.
All right. How we doing, Chloe?
Make it 4.
Anything else before we get to news?
Yeah, a couple, actually.
All right.
Looks like the North Texas visit by Barack Obama's former pastor is off now. TCU's Bright Divinity School on the website reports Dr. Jeremiah Wright will not be attending an award banquet at the Black Church Summit this weekend.
I think they're still going to have the banquet, and he's still going to get the award. He's just not showing.
Oh, okay. They're giving it to him with him not being there. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
What is that called?
Not being there. Absentee.
Okay, close enough. Thought you were going to say posthumously.
No.
All right.
No, that means when you don't bring your dog. All right, and
let him go. He's on a roll.
All right. Cincinnati story. An 18-year-old in Indiana will have a prom night that she always dreamed of, thanks to a mystery man's Easter tip. And I did this last weekend. It was kind of cool. Didn't do this to this extent. Kelsey Tolliver was selling newspapers inside a Cincinnati University hospital last Sunday when she said a customer in his mid-20s wished her a happy Easter and gave her some change. Said, keep the change. At first, she thought he'd given her $4 for the Sunday paper, costing about $1.50. She thought, oh, that's a nice tip. And then she realized he'd given her $500 in 20s plus the $4 for the paper.
Who'd you give $500 to?
I gave that $50 tip to a chick for a $10 tab.
Why?
I was at
the only time I've done that is when I'm absolutely toasted.
No, it was Sunday brunch. I was at the South Lake Grill. The waitress, everybody kept coming by and saying to her, hey, congratulations, good luck, so we're going to miss you. And I finally said, where are you going? She goes, I'm getting a job with the Johnson County DA's office. I'm a lawyer, and I'm put myself through law school by working here. And I thought that was just cool. So for a $10 tab, I gave her $60. And I just gave it to her and walked away. I said, good luck in the future. It was kind of nice, but it wasn't $500.
You're just laying groundwork.
She has no idea who I am.
Tarrant County?
No, Johnson County.
Oh.
That or she's scamming you. Because if I was waiting tables
every week,
put myself through. It's the stripper angle.
Well, everybody kept on coming by.
I know, but you set that up and you change the story every time so nobody catches on. Has your mesothelioma? Hear that?
It was
How's the lawsuit?
Regular customers were sitting around doing the same thing.
I think Dan's right. You got scammed.
Oh. And they all came up to her because they're all splitting the tab.
They can all split my $50 then.
You're not the only buffoon that probably coughed up a tip.
She said she'd never seen the man before and couldn't find him afterwards. The student at Switzerland County Senior High in Patriot said she gave half the money to her stepfather, stupid, and the rest she used for dress, shoes, purse, and a limo for her senior prom.
Well, her stepfather might have helped pay for her college.
Could have been, yeah, I guess so.
And there was a story, I didn't read it, I saw the headline, Starbucks and tips. What was that one?
It's a lawsuit that basically, I guess the managers were taking part of the baristas' tips, and
they were split. Yeah,
they filed a lawsuit.
The head of the Catholic Church.
That's the coffee maker people.
Why do they call them baristas?
It beats the hell out of me.
Okay.
And
because it's Starbucks,
I guess.
And if I'm going to give you $8 for a cup of coffee, you better have some freaking title.
We have to have a grande. Can you just call it a large?
No,
it's not a large.
At any time Amy's taking me in there, you look up there, and I just make the size with my hands of how big of a cup of coffee I want. And then you have to beg them to don't put anything in it.
Coffee. All right, what you like.
You're absolutely right. The last time I was at a Starbucks, I said, I knew enough to know the lingo. Instead of saying a cup of coffee, I would say, drip, because that's what their just regular coffee title is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I knew that, and they...
Now, what's the big size? What a tall is a what?
The tallest is a venti.
No, isn't there one that's just called a tall?
Grande.
No, the one that's tall is small.
Do they call it tall?
I think it's like tall, grande, venti, right? In order of size? I think that's right.
Why?
I don't know.
Why do they call them baristas? I don't know.
Because I'm giving you $10 for a cup of coffee.
Exactly.
Have a freaking title so I don't feel like a buffoon when you walk outside. Would you pay for the coffee? I paid $8 to the barista. Why are you getting coffee from the Catholic Church?
I know. What was your... Oh, there was...
Yeah, so what's the tip thing?
All right, so...
why are they getting tips?
Well, people throw in their spare change, and if you make them like a real frou-frou drink.
There's a... excuse me, I've never been... There's a tip jar up there, or they ask?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You didn't know that they have the tip thing?
I don't go. I've never been. Except to meet a friend for lunch, and I didn't buy anything.
So anyways, an employee sued, and then a judge ordered Starbucks to pay their employees like millions in back tips.
Yeah, that was actually in California. The current story is a Boston area Starbucks worker claims he was shortchanged by the coffee company's tips policy, and he's now taking the coffee giant to court, claiming his manager swiped his tips. The former Chestnut Hill store barista said he's filing his class action lawsuit on behalf of thousands of Starbucks workers, not just current employees. He said his suit represents any workers who have been employed at any Massachusetts Starbucks over the last 6 years. The barista behind the lawsuit is Hernan Matamoros, who's 18. He alleges that Starbucks' policy of sharing tips with supervisors violates Massachusetts law. His suit says most service employees get paid below the minimum wage and supervisors earn a much higher paycheck, even though the Starbucks baristas typically make well above minimum wage or above it.
You know what? That's not the only place that baffles me why you got to give tips. You go up to the bar, you get a Corona. If it's $4, you give them $5. You let them keep the $1. Why not give them anything? All they had to do was hand me a bottle. They didn't have to prepare anything. All they did was pop the top on it.
Just servers. It's expected. Anyone serves you anything, it's expected you give something.
You didn't have to do anything.
Well, then you go into a crowded bar, don't tip them. If you haven't tipped them before, you'll wait for 20 minutes while they get everyone else.
I don't think, well, first of all, some of them have tip jars. They're not going to know whether you drop cash in there or not.
Oh, yes, they do.
How are they going to know if they got their back turned? Because not all the places have mirrors up against the wall.
I wait till they turn around. I make sure they see me dropping that stuff in there.
There'll be 2 of them, and one of them will always have their eye on that jar. They know.
Some of the places I've been, there ain't 2 of them.
I've actually had money hovering over the opening of the tip jar to making sure they see it while trying to look as casual as possible.
Why you wait there? Just say this is for you and drop it.
Because sometimes they can be really busy and scatterbrained, and then they put the drink down, boom, they're gone.
Why give them $1 every time?
I think some people just kind of got in the habit of that.
Joey, who used to work in restaurants, said that the thing is, first time you get it, make eye contact, give him a big tip in his hand, and then you don't really have to tip after that. You'll get good service. He'll remember you.
For opening a bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the service. Anytime they bring you something, whether it's...
I worked in fast food. We didn't have a tip jar.
Fast food, somehow, for whatever reason.
And there's a lot more going on in fast food than there is a restaurant or somebody just handing me a Jack and Coke.
You can't tip everybody in a Wendy's. There's 6 people making
That's why you have a tip jar.
No.
And that's the thing at Starbucks is you have the tip jar and everyone splits it. I don't see why you couldn't do that in a Wendy's.
Shouldn't, because the manager, well, they're getting paid enough. You'd think the managers. This kid's specific story.
And I think that's in Massachusetts. I can't say that word. But I think it is in California where they just lost.
What are you looking at me like that for? You got this...
I've just got a story that I don't need to tell.
Tell it.
No.
Tell it. I've told stories, bad ones, real bad ones. Tell it.
You can't bring it up and then not tell us.
I wasn't going to say anything until JD looked at me.
Did you steal out of a tip jar? Did you steal out of a tip jar?
No.
Go ahead.
There's this little plastic dog that we keep on the counter. I believe it was for the Humane Society.
Oh, God.
And I was on a roll on asteroids. So there are a couple of dogs that didn't make it.
When you worked at the pizza place?
Yeah.
You ass. Well, you've more or less since then made up for but that's bad.
It's like the story I saw in the news.
But you know what? When you're in the middle of the game, this is when asteroids just came out.
Oh, it's huge.
And you figured out the pattern, and you get all the rocks cleared. You ever play it close?
Oh, yeah.
And you can put the ship on cruise.
Yeah.
You run up to the counter and you beat the dog and you take all the quarters out of it.
The animals.
I'm sure we stuck money in there at another time.
Did you?
I don't.
No.
That was 30 years ago.
You remember taking it out?
That was a very traumatic moment because you're looking at the dog, you're listening in the background to see if your ship got hit by one of the rocks, and you have to make a split decision, and the dog lost.
It's like one of those things you think back on 30 years later. That was a decision that may have changed my life forever.
I'll send $100 to the Humane Society.
It's all right. The dogs are dead now.
Well, then I'll keep it. Ryan, do I want to take any of those?
God.
Okay. Yes, David.
Yes, Russ. I used to be a store manager at Starbucks, and one of the big things that they preach to all salaried employees is that you can't take tips. And the reason being is because they keep track of everybody's hours, and over the entire course of a week, they just make a big pool of the tips, and then they spread it out over everybody depending on how many hours they work. So
now, do the service people actually handing the coffee, do they work like a waiters, waitresses where you're getting like $2.35 an hour?
Well, they actually get a little bit more. They get about minimum wage. But when you hire on, all managers will let the baristas know, and that's just an Italian word, that they're going to get an extra anywhere from $1 to sometimes $2 an hour added on just in tips. And you get it picked up in cash once a week, and every store is different. They decide, well, Mondays, we're going to do tips on Mondays. You can come by and pick up your cash tips on Monday.
I don't get why people or Starbucks decided we're going to stick out a tip jar. You don't see it in any other place, like a 7-Eleven or somebody's handing you something. Yeah, that's true.
But they run it just think of a bar, like if you're making a cocktail. Well, when they make a coffee, when they just do a simple coffee, that's one thing. But when you're actually creating a latte, which takes, I don't want to call it art. I mean, it's really not the most complicated thing in the world to do. But it's just like mixing, two drinks and then handing it across the bar. Well, it's the same thing as Starbucks. They're creating a coffee that you could go to any Starbucks you want, and you're not going to get the same drink because they're supposed to be met to the same standards, but everybody makes them a little bit differently.
So each one is an original.
Exactly.
All right.
And that's why they come across as, well, this is going to be a handmade drink for you. That's why, some people tip for the...
What kind of training do you have to go through to be able to work at a Starbucks?
Training's actually fairly extensive because there's so many different types of coffee.
Is it anything like McDonald's college where they send them off before they actually get to work in the restaurant?
Yeah, well, not for entry level. Entry level, they do in-store training, but for a store manager, you go through about 3 months worth of training before, and then they may say, you know what, you're going to have to go through more. There's some managers that go through up to a year's worth of training before they actually take over a store.
To make coffee?
Yeah.
Why did you leave Starbucks?
Differences of ethics.
How much tip money did you get?
Do I know?
How much tip money did you get?
I didn't get any.
What were the differences?
The way that they preach that they, for doll managers that, you know what, you're going to get a base salary, but you're going to get bonuses, and I never received a bonus.
So you just think you got screwed around?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you for the stimulating visit. And I'm sure that's part of the training with the managers. Here's how you justify $8 for what's in this cup.
This is not a cup of
Is
coffee.
$8 about the high end for something you can get?
Yeah, it's at a very high end, yeah.
Okay.
It's not a cup of coffee. Wipe that out of your mind. It's not coffee.
I have made this with my own hands as you watched. And think of it as a snowflake. Dude, I'll give you the $8 just for this show. We need a break? All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
Go back in Gavin's office and get my salad from him.
Okay.
You better hurry.
Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Hi, this is Bo.
And Jim.
And we're
Bo and Jim. Join us weekday mornings on Lone Star 92.5.
Should I use my announcer voice?
Sure.
And now back to the Russ Martin Show on Live 105.3. Too much?
Just a little.
Oh, okay. All right.
God. You love the 80s.
You think you've made your point. Time to stop this.
Why?
Any other show, promoting other radio stations?
Radio shows do that all over the country.
No, they don't.
Hi, this is blah, blah, blah. I'm on whatever time. Now back to this show.
But it's normally from the same station.
Nobody here will cut them for me.
I bet they will. Jagger would love to. I'm sure Pucks and Kelly will. Tom Likas would do it for you. He loves you.
Likas ain't talking to me.
Now it's because you didn't call him back over the marriage thing?
I'm guessing. Well, actually, you know I got it wrong. I ain't talking to him.
There you go.
Because he called at the house over the weekend. Called me back about this wedding thing. No.
So I
got everything from him I needed really on the air. And the biggest question he hit me with that I don't have an answer to, and normally I could spin most things. What's in it for me as the groom? Nothing.
Well, really, the only thing you have going for you, don't you get some tax deductions when you get married?
I doubt it.
I think you do. Marriage filing jointly.
With his income?
I'm not going to file jointly.
Even married filing singly, I think Marty told me you would get some a break. Not a lot. I mean, granted, it's not going to be all suddenly $1 million more, but it's going to be something.
What, Trey?
I don't think you get any breaks in your income bracket.
All right.
So
the question still stands.
Overall,
what's in it for me? What do I get?
That you really need?
And either Amy's been listening or her brother's talking to her because he listens. She brought it up the other night. We still getting married?
No, you know the brother listens, and you probably pass it along, or she is.
What'd you say?
I was on the way out the door.
Well, it's a simple yes or no.
Well, I answered when I got in the truck.
You called her?
No. I just got in the truck and went, no.
You are getting married. You haven't called it off.
I haven't. Have you got an invitation?
No.
All right, then. Hi, Gail.
Hi.
What do you got?
You'll get a stunningly beautiful wife, intelligent, delightful.
All right, hang on. Let's see if you can sell this since you're a chick. What is it really that is going to change after we put it on paper?
Well, if it's up to you, probably nothing will change.
All right.
Because you like it the way it is, right?
Well, yeah. Obviously, there's something in my head that says this is a good thing to do, or I wouldn't have asked. But then I was able to get past that.
Well, I think there's some sort of an innate thing that God created with man and woman, and that we're really just kind of supposed to do that. You make a commitment. You care enough about someone that you think is special enough, you'd like to have them in your life for the rest of your life, and you think it's worth making a commitment so that you can have her. And she, in turn, can have you. She's someone who can bring out the best in you, the things you're supposed to do in life.
Gail, stop.
Yeah.
How am I doing?
No.
Not good.
You ain't got no fans.
Well, traffic's brought to you by the Dallas Auto Show. On southbound Stemmons from Market Center to Industrial, it's just creeping along. There are really no wrecks right now, but here are the slowdowns. Eastbound LBJ from Midway to Coit. In Grand Prairie, southbound 360 from Riverside to Abram. In Fort Worth, the North Freeway is heavy both ways between I-30 and North Loop 820. And then westbound North Loop from 183 to 377 is kind of heavy. And I just think it's a really good idea. I think she's wonderful. I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
Thank you, Gail. Going to be about 60 for the low tonight, then mid-80s tomorrow, beautiful. Then, of course, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, cooler and rain. 77 now at Live 105.3.
But
so many things you're getting set up here by Amy. I think I said something similar to this email. After hearing what Amy said about a prenup, I think she's working you. I don't think the guys hit on the real reason. Amy said she didn't want anything from you if the marriage failed. She said she doesn't want anything other than her stuff, so you'll be eased into a false sense of security. Then you possibly don't do a prenup because of what she said. Then, after hanging around for a couple of years, divorce papers pop up, and she tries to take you for everything. Classic bait and switch. Russ, don't fall for it. Young women do this all the time to older guys.
I think most people that psychology would probably work on.
I think so, too.
I don't want anything that you have. Everything that you have now or anything you're going to have in the future is all based on the history that you have in radio.
It's all very
so why should I benefit from that? If you want a prenup, I want a prenup. Most people would buy that. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? She told me she doesn't want anything, so I'll just take that at face value and we'll skip the paperwork. Ha, no.
I don't think it's going to work with you, but I think a lot of guys it would. And that's the only way to play you. The only way she can't come to you and go, you know what? I put up with a lot of your junk. I think possibly we should make this amicable if we split down the road later, because you say you're going to cheat on me. You say you're a jerk. You do these things to me. You say you're going to drag me out of the house and make that slurpy noise on the front on the front tile.
I can't make the queef noise. I got a mouthful of chalk.
And you treat me not so great all the time.
All right, and you've been aware of that from day one.
But if I'm going to be
I don't hide anything. I don't do anything behind your back. I tell you exactly how I am, what I plan on doing, and how things are going to play out in the future. There are no surprises. You don't want to get married? That's fine with me. I'll go power wash that thing off the back deck when I ask you.
I want to be married to you. I changed my mind. You take whatever you... The only way she can play you is my point.
There's no way to play this and take the prenup out of the equation. Because if I go through with this, what's the date?
27th September.
It still sounds too early.
It's always the same date. It's between what, y'all 2 birthdays?
Yes.
Okay. And there was something else. Oh, you want to get it done so Abby could be involved.
Well, she wanted the dogs involved, and when Abby's 13. That dog!
What's wrong with the dog? The dog didn't do this. Dog didn't power wash that on your back porch. Please marry me. The dog didn't set the date.
Somebody's to blame for this, and I ain't taking the heat.
Clearly, it's you.
And Abby will be around for quite a while.
How do you know?
Chihuahua. She's getting great health. I mean, they live 15, 16 years at least.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
You've already set the date.
We haven't bought anything yet. We haven't made reservations. We haven't picked a church. We haven't picked anything.
I mean, you got
There's been no deposits. We're not registered anywhere. And I got people sending me money to the foundation as a wedding gift, and I ain't cashing that.
I'm sure those people will be okay with you cashing it and keeping it, even if you wave the wedding off. They did it out of the goodness of their hearts.
I thought you said
if I give you a blender, you give it back to me. If I give you a donation to a charity, that looked like a real tool to email you and go, can I have that cash back? You ain't getting married now.
What kind of blender?
Those really nice ones, the big tall one, 12 cycles.
Can I have that now?
No!
I busted my other one.
When you get married, you can have it.
I dropped it in the toilet.
What'd you say?
Last time I dropped something in the toilet, I got a free cell phone.
Oh, I see.
I know you said we haven't picked anything out, and I understand we haven't, but are you sure she hasn't picked a church? Or
There are wedding books all over the house. Who are you pointing at?
Chuck's nodding his head yes.
She picked a church?
Oh, yeah.
Which one?
The one that's the brand new one out on the lake.
Which church is that?
Oh, it's the reception kind of area where they have functions, rehearsals, weddings.
Where we had the poker tournament?
No, it's brand new.
Okay, brand new.
Has she already put down a deposit for it?
Well, hang on. Is this the one that's not even open yet?
That's right.
No, I know about that one.
Congratulations.
She hadn't put down a deposit. And I know she ain't got the cash.
So she can pick all she likes.
Yeah, she can shop. She can make reservations. She can talk to anybody she pleases.
Clearly this is in her mind. She wouldn't come to you and go, are we still getting married? She knows you are. Unless you sit her down and look at her in the face and go, here's the deal. We're not doing it. We're not getting married. You're going to just live the way we're living now. Get over it. Now.
I don't know if I would be that crass, even though I could get away with it. Maybe just push the date off a while.
How far would you push it off?
When I'm dead. On my deathbed.
You can do 2 things on your deathbed, accept Jesus and marry Amy.
Well, then she's got, then she'll inherit whatever I get. Or whatever I had.
That's true, but she's not in this for your stuff. She's in this.
She's using the hell out of a lot of it.
She's in it because she loves you. If you took the car away and made her pay her...
If I had an 800 square foot apartment and I drove a flatbed truck with a car engine strapped to the back of it and beer cans rolling off every time I made a left, she wouldn't be dating me.
I don't think that's true, actually. I'm not around you guys enough to know, but I really don't think that's the case.
As much as you beat her over the head with money, I don't think she's in it for the money.
Why?
She pays dearly for everything.
Because you put a price on everything.
Look at everything that she gets nonstop.
But you would have to
She don't got to pay rent, utilities. She doesn't have to pay any. What?
You beat her with those things.
And she doesn't even plan on giving me her tax return check.
No. You don't need it. You wouldn't even know that kind of money if it disappeared tomorrow.
Offer it to me.
Why?
At least offer it to me so I have the option to take it.
You probably would, just to make a point.
It's not like all those costs doubled because she lives there.
The utilities do.
No, they don't.
She's a freaking utility sponge. Go in the shower. It's got 6 nozzles in there. She got all of them going. She ain't 5'4". It don't take that much water to wash her body.
So your water bill is an extra $50 a month?
I don't know what it is. And I know she obviously enjoys electricity immensely. Got some kind of electrical fetish. The day I came in last summer and I got the first big electric bill, it was $2,200. I got it. I went to the gym. I came back. All the lights are on in the kitchen. And they're like, how many floods in there? 12?
A lot of them.
All right. All 12 floods are on. And as I walked through the house to the bedroom to try and find her, I got a nice lit trail so I could land.
I understand. Bring the jet in.
I go in. All the lights are on in the master bath. All the lights in the hallway leading to the master bedroom. Lights are on there. TV. Laying in bed, giggling, talking on the phone. Hang up. Talking to my mom. Hang up.
And did you berate her because of this?
I said the electric bill was $2,200. Shut all this stuff off.
And that did it. So she did it. She learned her lesson. Chicks don't think that. It's just not her. Chicks don't think that way.
How could you not think that way?
They don't, because they just
even if
don't.
I'm not paying for it, if I'm in somebody else's house, I go take a piss, I shut the light off in the bathroom when I leave.
I do too. I mean, but guys think that way because we always, for the most part, pay the electric bills. Chicks don't. As they grow up, they didn't pay the electric bill. They're living with somebody, they're not paying it. They don't think that way. Joy does it in my house. Not to that extent. But I don't also have 12 floods in my kitchen.
She lived on her own for a while. She knows what it's like to pay bills. It was a short period of time, and obviously she put that out of her head.
Mm-hmm. Again, she probably thinks leaving those lights on and running that water.
What about when she heated up the entire pool?
That was a mistake. She didn't do it on purpose.
No, a mistake is asking for $250,000 to run an automotive repair shop for me when you're just going to manage a bunch of monkeys. A mistake is asking for $20,000, $30,000 to renovate a garage so monkeys can work in it.
Okay.
That's a mistake.
She had no idea what that was going to cost.
How many gallons do you think the pool is?
Oh, God.
Throw out
50,000.
All right, 50,000 gallons. You know, if you're going to heat up that much water, it's not going to be free. It's not going to be reasonable. It's not going to be cheap.
You know that, but...
And I really thought she had flipped out because I came home and she's in the pool. And at the time, it was like 45 degrees outside.
God, at that point, the steam started to rise because Joy did that to me. The kids are coming over this week. This was when I first got the house. I think I've already told the story. And steamed it up to the point where steam was coming off of it. And that was an $800 bill. And so I can imagine what you went through at $2,200. Was that that $2,200? Was that when you did the pool?
No.
What was that bill?
$3,000. What do you want, Ryan? Hang on. What?
Line 4.
Who is it?
She wants to know why you keep complaining about your electric bill.
Because I got to pay it. Because I got to pay it.
Yeah, because you got to pay it. I pay my bill, and my house is like 3 bedrooms plus a den plus a front room.
What's your electric bill?
I pay it.
What's your electric bill?
My bill was like $110.
And you found how to scrape by how?
I wouldn't know that rent, but still I have like electric that I have to...
I don't understand the question. Well, I'm bitching for paying an electric bill that's over $2,000, and that ain't for the whole year. That was 1 month.
Well, apparently y'all have a leak or something. I don't know.
Electricity.
Okay, well, I'll go home and I'll start sniffing around the sockets. Well, look at that. There's a puddle right there in front of that one. We'll just stick some scissors in there and clog that up.
That right there is why women don't understand the electric bill.
Yeah, you can't explain anything to them. $2,200. Maybe something's oozing out someplace.
Louis the Lightning Bud's dribbling.
She made my point very well.
Yeah, no concept. No concept of where it comes from, how it gets to the house, really how it works. All they know how to do is use it.
And dribbling on the floor again.
Sorry.
Well, so far nobody's given me a valid reason what's in it for me. So she and I will have the talk.
The talk, meaning you're gonna put it off?
I'll probably just put it off. I won't cancel it, but it'll just be postponed until further notice.
Be ready for the tears.
Well,
because she's obviously got her hopes up.
Nothing is going to change.
It'll change for her.
I'll even do this. I'll pay for everything. I'll go through the entire ceremony as long as we don't register with the state that we're married.
I think that's the whole part of it. She just wants to be married. She wants to be closer.
No, it ain't just no, because then we could just go to a JP, or I could get one of you guys to do it that have been ordained, get the license, and we're done. So it's not just the getting married and having my last name.
No, certainly is not.
Do my plan,
Mrs. Martin.
Get a certificate every month, and then when the moment strikes, get married. One of us will be around. Marry you, go do it, and then you have a big party in September.
I tell you, this is just women.
That's not what she wants.
No, she wants the big. She wants the whole thing.
Then I'll give you the whole thing. Let's just take the marriage part out of it.
Why?
Just make it a profession of love.
Why don't you take the marriage part? Why would you take the marriage part out? Don't you love me that much?
Are you still in the house?
Yes. That means.
Do I tolerate all of?
Do I
things
tolerate? What do I tolerate? All the stuff you do.
Nobody asked you to stay here.
You've asked me to stay here. You asked me to do.
Why don't you pull your pants off so I can drag your ass across the linoleum?
You don't mind it when we have sex. You love me. You love me. I love you. Let's just make this. This is something a little girl dreams of her whole life. This day. This is a day I've dreamed since I was 3 years old. This is what I've dreamed of.
We're not getting married.
Why?
Because we're not. And if you continue to argue the point, I'm going to make the linoleum queefs with your clam. As I drag you out of the house.
See? I think that's funny. That's why we work together so well. You know that's funny, and I know that's funny, and we love each other. And all we have is
sound bites. Oh. Sound bites. Not everybody knows that you're playing Amy right now.
Oh, sorry. I'm playing Amy.
I'll throw in at you.
Okay.
So you don't want to get married?
All right. Are you playing someone right now?
I'm playing Amy now.
Okay. All right. I'm a swinger. No, I don't want to get married.
Okay, fine. I'll take the dogs and I'll leave.
Can't take the dogs. They're all in my name.
No.
All the vet bills, all the registration now, all the dog chips, they're all in my name.
Still my dogs.
You're going to have to prove that. And when the cops get here, like last time, they're going to hold you again. For me.
I can prove on my adoption papers I adopted them.
You got no adoption papers. You don't keep track of anything. I got a bunch of records that show the dogs are mine. I pay for all the vet bills. I'm the one that's got to cough up the cash every time one of them's got to have something done. You ain't taking the dogs. Pull your pants down.
I actually think you're on the right track by going take the state and the legal aspect out of it, and you make it a ceremony simply of standing in front of your friends, family, loved ones, and as a profession of love, because that ultimately is what she wants.
Exactly. What are you shaking your head at, Chuck?
That'll be common law and she'll sue your pants.
Yeah, at that point, he's right. Because that's one of the three factors that you have to have. Just living together isn't enough. What are the three things?
Commingling funds.
And presenting yourself as actually being married. Yep. Now, we're still not commingling funds.
Well, isn't she writing some of the checks and you're signing them?
Yeah, but that's to pay bills for the house.
That'd be a really fine line of the law.
No, commingling funds means actually having a bank account. I put something in and she don't.
I don't know. I have to talk to a lawyer. It's dangerously close. Yeah, you're 2 out of 3 at least.
Whatever brought that up, I think you're right. Then at that point, you're common law and you're screwed. Mm-hmm. And there ain't no prenup.
You might as well do it. Then just do it.
Just don't mail a certificate.
What?
Just don't mail a certificate.
Yeah.
I'm having a divorce. Well, that's going to be a little tough. You know why?
Yeah. See this?
Yes.
Yeah. Nobody's got it. This thing right here, see?
I see it. You never mailed it.
Yeah.
Bitches.
So, that's just going to be a lot easier than you planned on.
That's deceitful.
I like that. Just don't mail it in.
Just don't do it.
The wedding?
Yeah.
All right. Good enough. Dan, ready for news?
Finally.
Nice argument.
Did you spend all last night and today cutting up these Reverend Manning clips?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I like the lover and Reverend Manning.
I think that bit's pretty much played itself out. That's why I haven't done the Reverend Manning. I don't even think anybody knows who he is now that Reverend Wright's come along, because he's taken the forefront of all of this.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's still funny. Manning versus the lover was hilarious yesterday.
All these are just short sound bites?
Yeah. Except there's one in there labeled Imus. Don't play that with the lover.
Why? What's the one about Imus?
Oh, it's funny. He was in a sermon. He was talking about. He goes, everyone jumps up.
Let me play it then.
And y'all get upset about Imus. Want to hang him, but I am sitting about saying, let's go get Puff Daddy. I'm sitting about saying, it ain't all about let's get him.
So you want to pull a train?
No.
There's not enough room for all of those people in the bed. Out of my anus. I think that's the first black person I've heard actually stand up for Imus.
Yeah.
It's just too bad all of his stuff is mixed in with a bunch of hate.
Like I said,
he only hates Obama, right?
Yeah.
And we know
he likes to point at Obama. Hang on, this is Reverend Manning. I'm starting to confuse the two. You don't like Obama? Is it because his mom is white?
It's really not. The more you delve into it, his biggest problem with Obama is everyone anointing him the next MLK, the next leader. And as he says over and over, he hasn't done anything.
Well, and he hasn't. And even though I like him, seems like a decent guy, if it were just between him and McCain, I'm going to vote for McCain, just because any experience that he may have, if I wasted the time to vote.
Which you need to. It's not a waste of time.
It is. I don't think anybody that's running right now is capable of running this country, and I'm not going to go out, especially since I don't know really anything about McCain. And if Obama becomes the Democratic candidate, I don't know that much about him. You really don't want some buffoon going in and voting. Because you have some people that do research. They know everybody's platform. They know what they have planned for the country. Those are the people that should vote. Just walking in and deciding on some popularity contest who you're going to vote for.
That's how 95% of people vote, at least, on popularity. Who's hot that week?
Well, you get a little factoid sheet of how they stand on various issues. You pick the one.
That's research. I don't want to do it.
I'll give you one.
That's too late. I'm not registered to vote.
You got plenty of time.
Between now and November?
Oh, yeah.
No.
I think you can register online now.
I'd rather get married.
Okay. It's right around the election time. Go ahead and get married then.
Shut up. Let's see what he's got loaded here. Again, if this bit goes belly up, you eat it.
I'll take that chance.
Let's see what all you got here.
These men to act like faggots in the church.
I believe that would be the Catholic Church.
I think you're safe, Trey.
I personally learned from watching the puppies.
With their pants down around their knees.
I see you have now poised yourself for me. So now I can enter the stinky tube of danger.
It's in my mouth.
Not yet.
It's in my mouth.
No.
It's in my mouth.
Do you not know the difference between your mouth and your hands? Do you eat with this thing? What else is on here? You got too many cuts on here for me to go through.
Bathing at times.
Yes, we'll bathe all night. No. I'll wash out your stinky tube of danger. The part that's not your mouth.
But I don't believe that.
I swear to Jesus. This is your mouth.
Yes.
This is Shinola. What else is in here?
Got a word in my mouth.
Penis.
It's in my mouth.
I know that.
It's in my mouth.
I'm almost done.
And you can suck on that thing all day long.
No? That would be a 69.
Twisting their behinds.
I enjoy it when you grind. There's something on here to end with. Don't put so many clips in here. Are you enjoying my quick thrusting until you're puta?
Oh, yeah.
Now, one more time.
Yeah.
Here it is again.
Oh, yeah.
I'm...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Almost.
It's in my mouth.
Damn it, I know what it is.
When you see a lot of this buck dancing...
I'm sorry. You want me to dance in your ass? Perhaps I'll just stick the dragon back there and have it breathe its creamy fire. Are there any other clips on here?
Oh, yeah, there's a ton.
Well, the bit died. You're going to have to spin the wheel.
The bit didn't die.
But before they walk out, cut them one more time.
I believe I can get it in without cutting.
Come together. Doesn't matter what your religious beliefs are.
I'm glad you brought that up. We'll take both of our weens and squeeze them together. Look, it's the two-eyed mouse. I can make them sing a duet. Watch. Buck. Bird. Can I sign that? I got shoes.
No.
All right. We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
Look, I have just noticed.
What?
Our weens are two different colors.
Oh, yes.
As I squeeze them together. Hair pony. Put the sunglasses back on your penis. All right, we'll be back.
Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Cube plugged in?
It is. Ready to go. All you have to hit is the start button. It'll go for 30 seconds.
And we've got the dollars to throw in there?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. They're stacked up on my desk.
Okay. Would you like to do this today, Cliff?
Well, what else is going to be in there?
Dollars. It's like Dan's birthday. We threw him in, threw in a few $100s, and he kept what he kept.
What's the twist? Yesterday, you spiders.
Today, it's cash.
And?
Cash.
Anything else besides paper bills?
Cash. Cash cube.
A spider named Cash?
It's cash. You don't got to go in there. I don't care. Otherwise, you get dick for your birthday.
The money's stacked up on my desk, Club. You don't see it. It's money.
Okay.
You guys want to flip these blinds up? Or just open those so I can see? You already have a mic out there? Hello?
No.
How am I supposed to hear it?
Sorry, didn't think of that.
That's why you stand there. Is everybody else ready?
I'm ready to go.
All right, what does it take to start the cube?
Push the button on the back that says start. It's lit up. You want me to go out there and do it?
Yeah, go out there with him.
Yeah. Okay.
Turn the mic on.
Test.
Here we go.
Test. Here, JD.
Okay, I got the mic. Turn this on over here so I can hear us. Say something, Russell.
Hello.
All right, gotcha. Cool. Ready to go. Here's the money. Chloe, just so you see it. Here's the money right here. How much are we putting in immediately, Russ?
What do you figure, Dan? 100? Because he's not going to be able to catch all of it.
No.
Yeah, I would actually say 100 would be good.
All right, start with 100.
Okay, there you go. $100. We got Chloe. You're going to have to throw that in as I push the button, and then we'll close it. Here's how it locks, Trey. Okay. Right there, okay? Tell me when.
Is Trey ready?
Trey, you ready? Yes. Everybody's ready? Close ready?
All right.
You have the money? Hold on. I am going to push the button, and now.
Go.
There he goes. It's blowing up. It's blowing up and around all over. He's grabbing. It's not as easy as it looks, is it?
Trey gets the spiders.
He's got one stuck to his face. He's got...
This casket seems like it blows harder.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, he does. Oh, there we go. Hold on. There's some more.
And there are the spiders.
And the spiders. Oh, they're flying around, too. You got one on your head. Well, you've got one on your head. Got one in my mouth. Oh, my God. Look at him all over the place. Let's close this.
Oh, my God.
How much money did you get?
I think he started swatting at the
Did you get any cash?
I thought I had some in my pocket.
You're not good at this.
Oh, my God.
Where'd you get the spider?
Oh, I swear to God, one landed in my mouth. Oh.
You gotta be careful. They'll actually lay eggs in there.
You want to try it again?
No.
Those are the perfect size, too, because they flew all over the place.
Yeah.
I did see some hundreds in there, but that's just not worth it.
Why were there hundreds in there?
You're the one that brought the stack of cash.
That's not real.
They were all denominations.
Oh. Well, that was it. That was all the spiders we had. You want to give it another shot?
Well, you have to clear the spiders out of there. Somebody.
Somebody.
Trey, would you go and look and see if they've cleared out?
Sure.
It'll be all right.
Just focus on the cash.
Is that a new cash machine?
It's been refurbished. It's not brand.
Because the one that Dan was in didn't seem to blow that hard.
It really didn't, just from seeing Chloe in that, no.
They've just cleaned it up and fixed it.
All right. Are we clear?
Yeah, we're clear.
All right. Chloe, you can go look in it with the door open before you actually climb in.
Okay.
Let's go.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
All right.
Put him in. The readout on top actually says "Happy Birthday, Chloe."
Oh, I missed that. Hold on, let me turn the mic on.
No.
Okay.
The spiders are still in there.
Spiders are still there.
Trey, throw some. Trey.
Does he even know it?
Trey, throw more in there.
Oh, my God.
Oh, he found him.
He's about to get a new
Look at your
badge.
right foot, Chloe. And there's more spiders.
Start it again. Start it again.
Oh, my God, they're everywhere. Oh, that's creeping me out. Oh, you just stepped on one. No. You stay there for a while.
No, don't let him out.
It's almost over. You got 12 seconds.
You got one in your ear.
Yeah, you really do. Yeah.
Most people enjoy these
The rest
things.
of them are just flying around in circles. All right.
What did he say?
I missed that. I have no idea.
It's over. It's over. Ooh.
All right, back in. What was the last thing that he screamed? What were you screaming, Chloe?
I got it between my toes. Oh, that's the grossest thing ever.
How much cash did you get?
I got cash this time.
How did you get any cash?
Put it in my mouth.
Well, he wasn't supposed to be able to catch anything.
Sorry, he tricked you.
Take all these other denominations out.
Got ones in there.
What?
Okay.
Well, you're not getting $100. They were all supposed to be ones. What else you got?
200?
No, you don't got
20.
Give me that. Each one of these counts as $1. Hell are these 50s and 20s? Give me the rest of that.
Hundreds in there, too.
Well, that was nasty even to watch.
Oh.
Each one of these counts as $1. You made $12. You want to go again?
No.
You seem to be getting used to it.
Conquering your fears. Yeah.
Well, let the spiders clear out, and then you can go in there later.
For $12.
Well, we're going to stick more cash in there. Trey only got 2 boxes of spiders.
Well, I killed, I think, half.
Great, so the other half are pissed off.
Oh, well, it's funny. They crawled up underneath the money, and then they started going around. There they were. Big pile of them.
Want to go in again after 5?
No.
You can go and check it to make sure it's cleared out.
What are those little brown ones?
This is the hardest birthday you've ever put me through.
Jesus. No, but...
Look at Dan. He made over $200 for his birthday.
Mm-hmm. And I was appreciative.
And he's stuck in that cube with a monkey hooked up to electrodes. He didn't complain about any of it.
Nope. Enjoyed it.
Got a nice thank you card a couple of days later. Throwing you in there with spiders and you're having a fit. Thankless weasel. All right, ready for news, Dan?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 4:49. Dan O'Malley's here with news.
Thank you, Russ. Wednesday, March 26, 2008. Birthdays today. Keira Knightley turns 23. Kenny Chesney turns 40. Lisa Gibbons turns 51. Martin Short is 58. Vicki Lawrence, 59. Steven Tyler is 60. Nancy Pelosi, Trey's favorite, is 68. Diana Ross is 64. Bob Woodward is 65. James Caan, 68. Leonard Nimoy, 77. And Sandra Day O'Connor turns 78. And on this day in history, way back in 1995, NWA founder Eazy-E, whose real name was Eric Wright, died of AIDS at the age of 30, only 3 weeks after being diagnosed.
Bet that readjusted their attitude. Well, if you're NWA, a gang or a group of rapsters?
Yeah.
What do you call a collective name for rappers? Gaggle?
I guess, yeah.
All right. You've got all these rappers, and the way you get street cred is by going to prison or popping somebody.
That's a big deal, yeah.
And your leader dies from AIDS.
Yeah, that's not exactly something to hang your Glock on.
All right, go ahead.
American Airlines canceled about 200 flights today so crews can inspect the wire bundles in its MD-80s. The FAA says there are no pressing safety issues with the planes. Roland Herwig with the FAA says the airline decided to...
What is it? What?
Spider in my pants.
Let me see it.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, they were blowing all over. I'm surprised you didn't have any damn shirt.
You check under your shirt?
I want to check your hair, too. Anyway, Roland Herwig with the FAA says the airline decided to ground the planes for the re-inspections after looking at some paperwork from inspections done a couple of years ago. American hopes to get the planes back in service one by one throughout the day.
Are they going to be fined like Southwest was?
They don't mention anything about that yet. This is a re-inspection of an inspection already done just for
all
extra
right, so these
measures.
planes had already gone through the cursory check.
Yes, what this is a PR stunt to make them look, to make everybody be comfortable.
American?
Sure, these are probably airplanes that were scheduled to be down or out for a little bit, because American's not like Southwest. They don't use every single airplane all day, every day. So they probably said, you know what, let's put a PR piece out that says, we're checking, double checking, and triple checking for your safety. Any kind of thing that may be. It's 2 years old. We don't care. I think it's a PR stunt.
It's safe to fly in our planes.
Absolutely.
You want to fly with somebody else? Fine. You're free to die about the country. I didn't think about it that way. I just saw the news story that American had some planes grounded.
No, this is just a proactive step going, this is what we do here at American. We even go back and double, triple check things that are 2 years old. And we're not in any trouble. No one's pointing the finger at us with it because we care about you.
And these planes weren't flying anyway.
No, they probably weren't.
Okay. Okay.
Well, this out of Sacramento, California. A man who kidnapped and raped a 15-year-old girl was sentenced this week to 320 years to life in prison. Not sure how that works, but Henry Chavez was on parole for a previous sexual assault when he attacked a girl on August 14th of 2005. The defendant's compulsion to commit sexual crimes against women and children is frightening, according to the Deputy District Attorney, Allison Dunham.
I think that's the first time I've heard anybody get that much for any type of sexual crime.
What's the point on that? Even if you only serve a portion of it. Okay, I only serve a third. That's 100 and something years.
And that's what's
that's the reason they run it up, because they know that you're going to get time.
Time for good behavior and all.
Right. So you tag it on, even if he is a model prisoner.
Make it a ridiculous number. If you're going to make it 100 years or more, make it 1,000. What's the difference?
I'm fine with the death penalty for rape. If you abuse somebody, if you take that from somebody.
Of child or anybody.
And if you can prove it. If it's not just a he said, she said incident.
Mm-hmm.
If there were witnesses and there's no question that you actually committed that rape, you're dead.
And you don't get all the appeals either. I think it is Texas that it's like the murder. If you have 3 witnesses that can say they saw you do it, you don't get all the appeal process. You go to the front of the line.
For death penalty?
I'm almost sure.
No, death penalty is mandatory.
Yeah, it's an automatic appeal as soon as you get the sentence.
Well, I found out where I heard that then.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, of course, she says now the defendant will serve the rest of his life in prison. Well, Governor Haley Barbour announced, this is of Mississippi, announced that 2,000 Mississippi families moved out of FEMA trailers and mobile homes and into Mississippi cottages. She says by moving these families into cottages, we're successfully providing many coastal residents with a more comfortable and certainly safer housing alternative while they work to rebuild their lives after Hurricane Katrina. She went on to say...
Why is it Mississippi can do that and Louisiana can't?
Because it's got Haley Barbour is a really good governor. And actually, Mississippi was hit harder by the storm than Louisiana.
Why did Louisiana get all the press? Because when I think of Katrina, really that's all I think about.
Well, because I guess the levees breaking and just what a cluster it was. They had Ray Nagin screaming everywhere.
You know, everybody's screaming all over the news.
I don't think you heard anything out of Mississippi. Where's FEMA? Where's the government? I don't think they had anybody shooting at people that were there to rescue, bring supplies.
To help them and refix their cell towers, like they did in New Orleans. No, you didn't hear anything.
And I wonder how Nagin, and who's the governor of Louisiana? Some chick. I don't know. How do they explain this? All right, Mississippi was able to take care of this. Granted, it still was 2.5 years later. Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
And they also did better, as far as I remember.
Evacuation?
In the immediate evacuation, yeah.
Yeah, they saw that big storm coming to get out.
Yeah, they have the Weather Channel there in Mississippi.
I don't know why anybody chose to stay. Well, you know what? A lot of them didn't have options. There was an evacuation plan, but Nagin decided there's no reason to mess with that. No. And if you didn't have any type of transportation or you depended on mass transit to get around and buses are underwater, what are you going to do?
There's the mindset, too, with hurricanes coming. I saw this happen in Florida when Hurricane Charlie was coming that way. And my ex-wife said, we're going to wait it out. We're going to see. At that point, that was a Category 4 storm headed directly at Tampa. And she said,
all the forecasters said it's going to hit this area.
Right, at the very last minute.
And she wants to second guess the National Weather Service.
And not only the Weather Service, but the governor of the state, who said, if you live from here to here, get out. I still can't believe that.
And then what happened?
I moved my kids over to Orlando, and that's where it hit.
So at the last minute, it dodged?
It just turned right, hit down further south in the state, and then...
I still think it dodged your ex-wife for professional courtesy.
She's in Tampa. We ain't going there. Hell with it. It ain't worth it.
Well, the much-debated Take Your Guns to Work bill in Florida cleared a key Senate committee on Tuesday, with one opponent labeling it the Take Your Uzi to Work bill. The 7-4 vote went on party lines, with Republicans rejecting amendments that were intended to stop gun owners from bringing assault rifles and other weapons with large magazines or clips to their jobs in their cars. The bill allows gun owners to lock guns in their vehicles, forbidding employers from banning guns on company property.
I don't get the banning the guns part. I do get the assault rifles. And why are you bringing that stuff to work?
Assault rifle, that makes no sense at all. I think they just wanted to prevent that from happening. And just
were people already doing this, according to the story?
Well, it said the bill had failed 2 years in a row. They've predicted that rather than causing tragedies or accidental shootings, the bill would prevent gun violence if criminals know someone in a workplace might have a gun nearby. It doesn't mention...
All right, I got it. That's just a cover then.
Yeah.
Because you have the other side, they can argue, I want to be safe in the workplace. You don't provide any security. Not everybody is in a work environment with top-notch security and locks like we have here in this building, where if you pull on the door twice, it comes open.
Which still does, by the way, a year and a half later.
Or people like to leave doors propped open all hours of the night, and the exit gate outside stays open.
Yes.
Not everybody can feel as comforted as we can.
But when the gate is closed, we do have barbed wire. When it's closed.
But the reason this is a hose job is they're throwing all the assault rifles in there, ignoring the fact that most people are only going to bring handguns.
Sure.
But if you make it a nightmare, nobody's going to want it.
Yeah, who's going to walk down with an Uzi? You can do just as much damage with a 40 cal.
I think if you knew someone might have an Uzi in their trunk and you start shooting people, there's a chance they can run get it and you're going to have a challenger.
That's not what this bill is about.
This bill is about allowing them to take their guns in their trucks to work.
They're clumping that in with handguns. All guns, they're throwing in the automatic weapons to make it something horrific. What if this starts happening? What if people start bringing automatic weapons to work? Nobody does that. People bring guns to work for personal protection. The assault rifle thing was thrown in there just so nobody would want it.
Exactly. Take your Uzi to work dead.
Unless I missed it.
No, you've got it.
All right.
Dead on.
All right, go ahead.
March Madness was in full swing at the Atlanta Sports Bar, but fans huddled around the beer tap at their table, and yes, at their table, were asking their own maddening question. How could this be legal, having a beer tap at your own table? Georgia, a state that still bans residents from picking up a six-pack on Sundays, is home to a new system that lets diners pull their own beer at the table.
What do? They get you have a cutoff at a certain point?
Ounces, yes.
They measure in ounces. They have the waitresses that it sets off some sort of alarm or whatever. They get a notice that once you hit a certain amount of ounces, they get to 3 pitchers. The waitress comes over.
So there's a cutoff.
Yeah.
Well, how do you know that somebody didn't come in partially toasted and now they've got beer nonstop to a certain point and they're going to get even worse? And because you don't have to check on them from time to time to bring pitcher after pitcher after pitcher. So, yeah, there's going to be some legal liability to go along with this. I don't care what type of governor you stick on the beer tap.
Yeah, I think either way, regular bar or a bar like this where you have your own tap in front of you, it would still fall on the bar's responsibility, be it waitress or bartender, to visually judge the person.
But that's going to be an incentive for the waiter waitress not to go by. I don't have to check with them. I just looked at their tap, and they haven't used half of it.
Sure. You get 3 pitchers down, and they were drunk when they got here.
So there'll be legal ramifications come from that. Go ahead.
Okay. From Decatur, Georgia, thieves broke into a DeKalb County man's condominium Monday, pointed a gun at him and his granddaughter, and stole numerous items, including the man's teeth. Martin Harrell went to a condo next door to investigate.
Hey, man.
What?
Those some nice tooths. Give them to me.
No, they're mine.
Give them to me.
They're mine. What are you going to do with my teeth?
Give them.
No.
I want tops and bottoms.
You not go. Okay, give them back.
Technically, of course, it was his dentures. Martin Harrell went to the condo next door to investigate a noise and encountered a man who pointed a sawed-off shotgun at his head. Harrell said 4 gunmen walked him back to his condo where his granddaughter Zipporah, who was 4, was playing upstairs. Harrell said he bargained for their lives and offered to stay in the bathroom if the men would take what they wanted and leave. He said they stayed in there for about 40 minutes. The gunman went back.
Doesn't explain why they wanted his dentures.
No. What kind of a jerk you got to be? Take that.
I can venture a guess, but so there's nowhere in there it says.
No. It's just...
Well, on the way out, you take his dentures out. Now, Peepaw, you give a shot calling the police.
Didn't think of that angle at all.
That's the only thing I could think of. And to me, it's stupid because, to me, it'd be journalism 101. If you mention the fact that they stole the man's dentures in the lead, you'd want to explain somewhere in the rest of the story, why do you think they took their
I think
teeth?
that's why they yanked him out. Can't understand him without his teeth in. So good luck with the police.
Keep him from calling the cops.
Yeah. How we doing, Chloe?
I need a break.
You want to do the cash cube again? That's a yes or no?
Yes.
Go get in. We have time to get set up?
Yep.
All right.
Here we go.
Am I on here?
Test.
Yes.
Okay. Get the mic on in here and we're ready to go. All right, more cash.
I'd remind him each one of those bills is only worth $1.
Each one
It was only worth $1.
It's only $1. And there's some already in there that are still on the floor. So, you're ready to go. We're going to lock it up. I'm going to hit the button. You ready? Everybody ready? Here we go. It's on. It takes 2 seconds to... There goes the money.
Trey, go get the spiders.
All of them in the face. It's all over. He's grabbing. He's doing pretty good this time.
How many did he get?
No, you're not getting out.
I don't know. A few boxes.
There you go. He's got a handful of stuff in his pockets.
Trey, hurry up.
Ready? Oh, my God, Trey. Oh, my God, Trey. Oh, that's terrible. They're all over him.
He dumped those on his neck.
Oh, that is creeping me.
We'll be back. Now let it keep running. Yeah. Don't let him out.
They're all over his back. All over his back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
The car, you look behind it before you start backing out.
People are too busy. They're not going to do it. Why not make it a law? We have the cameras. Put them in there. Make it a law.
Because then I have to pay for it.
I'll help you with dogs.
The dogs don't get out. Well, and I always check. I do a head count before I leave the house. I check the driveway before I back out. And right as soon as the gate opens, when I'm backing out, I look again.
All right. Some fluke accident. You've looked back there. All of a sudden, then the dog...
It's an accident then.
Well, just have the camera installed.
Was it Bush that did this?
Uh-huh.
Made it mandatory that by a certain year, car manufacturers are going to have to put the cameras on there.
Put cameras or, quote-unquote, improve the view from the rear.
The only way to do that is a camera in almost any vehicle.
You could take any car from any era, and it's going to have monumental blind spots.
Sure. Anything below the trunk line, you don't see. Period.
Look how big the cars were in the 50s.
Oh, yeah. Boats.
And the story that just ran on Channel 8 said 200 people are killed every year by people being backed over by a vehicle. I ain't making fun of anybody, but as far as stats go, that's not a lot of people.
If it's your kid.
And to do a mandate because you don't want to keep track of your kid, pets, or look behind your vehicle, I shouldn't have to suffer for that. Hey, is that Gail? Hi, Gail.
Hi.
What do you got?
Well, I don't have anything like you're talking about, but I do have TXA 21 and eastbound LBJ at Preston, a wreck in the left lane. In Carrollton on northbound 35 past Beltline, there's a stalled vehicle in the left lane, backed up to Northwest Highway. On the Bush Turnpike eastbound at Midway, there's a wreck still on the right shoulder, but heavy from Rosemead. In Plano on southbound 75 before 15th Street, there's a wreck on the right shoulder, heavy from Parker Road. And then on Woodall Rogers eastbound at Harwood, a wreck on the service road downtown. I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
Thank you, Gail. 62 for the overnight low tonight, in mid-80s tomorrow. Then by Friday, yes, cooling off in showers. 76 now at Live 105.3.
And if you really break it down percentage-wise, is that really worth doing a mandate?
You know, you're going to go back to the fact that somebody says if it saves one life, yeah, it was worth it. And it's not going to cost you the $300 it took me to put mine on because mine was all aftermarket. It'll be about $100.
It's going to be more than that for a backup camera when it comes from the factory.
The things cost more from the factory? I thought they cost less because you were doing a mass production.
No, why do you think some people buy cars, leave the stereo out, and they have an aftermarket put in?
I guess that's true. You get more of a stereo for the same money.
So now I'm going to have a camera because nobody knows how to drive. And it's not the entire population.
No, 200.
200 cars, unless some guy's on a tear and it's one guy doing it all. But 200 drivers that have done that, and now you're going to make a mandate.
Had to be a reason. Did you find the story, Dan?
Beyond the story, I found the actual bill. Guess who introduced it?
Hillary.
You're good. February 27, 2007, in the Senate of the United States, Mrs. Clinton introduced the following bill, which was read twice, referred to the Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation. Now, the short section, it does mention the rearward visibility. Not later than 24 months after the date of the enactment of this act, legalese, requiring a rearward visibility performance standard that provides drivers with a means for detecting the presence of a person or object behind the vehicle to prevent death and injury resulting from backing incidents, particularly...
You can buy those now.
Oh, yeah.
Why make it mandatory?
Because they want to make it mandatory for the safety of all.
And most SUVs, because I'm going to guess those are the biggest, the ones that present the biggest problem, they got glass all the way around. How are you going to improve the visibility with that? You can't.
No, the only way you can do it is put either a sensor back there, and some of those have now. You get within 5 feet of something that goes beep, or just or the cameras.
How about if you have kids, you buy those things?
No. I'm not. People don't.
Now,
do
granted,
it.
I could back over somebody else's kid
or dog,
but I still make every effort when I'm backing up, just because I don't want to be the one that did it, especially after bagging on everybody else that can't get out and look behind their car.
You do it, and I do it, and I get out. Even though I have the backup camera, I still go back and look. I don't know why it's an old habit.
You need to get a front camera. You can't see over that freaking hood.
You're absolutely right. I do. Probably do. Parking, I need the front camera. But backing up, you can't see anything.
Why don't you get a smaller truck?
I like that truck. Love that truck.
You can't drive it.
I totally drive it very well.
You said you can't see out of it?
That's why I have a camera.
You said you can't see out the front.
Oh, well, when something's within 3 feet, you can see out the front about 20 feet up. If you're between 20 feet and 0, you're dead meat.
You couldn't see that cop on the side of you.
Yeah, the one that pulled you over.
Not my fault. He's a run. I mean, not my fault. He was shorter than my window. Why does that have to anything to do with me? I've seen all the other cops that have pulled me over.
But you made a point to let us know that he was a run.
I didn't say run. I never said that word. You said that word. I said I simply didn't see him when he got to my window. He was probably shorter than the average cop. And my window is about, what would that be, 5'6", 5'7"?
So he was shorter than that?
Probably had to be. I didn't see him. He stood there looking at me, and I finally looked over and went, where the hell? Oh, there you are.
You said he was a little Hispanic runt.
I never said.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Runt. I never used that word, ever.
Not while you were getting stopped.
I said.
You waited till you got up here with your buddies.
No, I didn't.
They decided you're going to make fun of him driving the Super Coupe.
I've never said. I can't even remember why I brought up the fact that he was Hispanic. I just remember he was. All I was telling you guys is when he got to the truck, I couldn't see him. I saw the top of his head.
A runt flatfoot. And what did he say?
Yeah. I don't drive that city.
El Runto.
Oh,
that's
God.
what he said. Right.
No, I don't do that. I'm total respect for that officer.
There are actually a couple other things in this bill.
All right.
One is power window safety as well.
Bad because some kids are killed with power. Somebody's jacking around with the windows, and kids get trapped and killed.
Yep, requiring power windows and panels to automatically reverse direction when they detect an obstruction to prevent children from being trapped, injured, or killed. And the other one in here is to keep your vehicle from rolling away.
Why is it they didn't address? I'm going to bet there are more than 200 kids killed every year by baking in cars. Why don't you put some type of detector in there? It's like on the passenger seat. If somebody's sitting on it, the car acknowledges the fact that the airbag needs to go off in a collision. Some type of technology like that, you leave a kid in the car, you're going to get the horns, either the windows roll down, the alarm goes off, something happens.
And I don't see why.
I put more money. I would almost eat the cost of that myself, just from the stupidity, because the way these kids die. You go through convulsions, and you finally just black out and die from sitting in a hot car.
A horrible death you can't even imagine. I still go back to the fact that how do we ever grow up? How do we grow up and make it? In no car seats. We didn't even have seatbelts in the back. Hang on to your brother. I'm not kidding. We traveled this whole state going to the beach. I never knew from a seatbelt. I knew what a seatbelt was. It's that thing that's stuffed down between the seats that you put back there because you don't want to
Your parents don't want you wearing the seatbelts in the back. So if you're out in the back having a fit, arguing back and forth, you hit the brakes and you can get your hands on them.
Exactly. You're totally right. I know that. I mean, no car seats.
A friend of mine used to do that. His dad would scream at him. He'd crawl up on the back deck of the rear of the car. Now what? Yeah. And now what? Come here.
I knew that was, too.
Do what, Chloe?
My grandfather did that to me. I crawled back. We had a.
That's why they would
Monte
shove
Carlo.
the seat belts between the seats so you don't get in and go, oh, well, I think I'll be safe. No, sometimes Daddy wants to talk. What, Chloe?
No, I was crammed up in Monte Carlo, big car, crammed in the back. I crammed up there because he's going to whip my ass for doing something wrong. And sure enough, he just pulled into a rest stop and just goes up little fast and slams on the brakes. I just fly up into the front seat, grab me by the shirt.
Is it still funny?
As much.
And that's why that we all grew up that way, was because our parents actually paid attention to us.
Possibly, and Trey brought this up before, and it's obvious, but you would hope that it wouldn't be. You got too many distractions.
Yeah.
People taking everything in their car, and they're focusing on everything sans driving.
Mm-hmm. You watch people pull out of the Walmart and whatever else. Saw a lady back over a cart, her own cart, a couple of nights ago.
She put there.
Just put there at the Walmart.
I see chicks pulling out of their driveways already on the cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
How important are you that you can't walk 8 feet to your car from the house and you already got to be on the phone?
And everything that's going on. That's the most dangerous place, in the driveway. Everything in the world goes on behind you. Kids, other cars.
And you talked about putting a sensor in there?
Yeah.
Now, for most people, they would bitch about it because not everybody is going to have a kid in a car, but everybody has the chance to back over somebody. That's why I can see them making this legislation, but they don't address something like that, which I agree with you. It should.
Then tack it on. At least put it on there with the bill.
Yeah, I mean, if you're already concerned about, obviously, the power windows, your car rolling away, and the other, then why not tack the kid sensor?
If all of it's based on child safety, and that's what it sounds like, then throw the one in there. Or you know what? Start throwing these parents into prison for baking their kids.
I believe more often than not, most of them get off.
Almost every one that we've heard about, unless there's one that we missed, almost every one of them gets no bill by the grand jury. Well, they've been through enough. That's not really the penalty that the judicial system is supposed to issue.
Well, it's apparent to two other children that lived. You can't do that. You can't make these kids pay for the mistakes of the parents.
Yeah, and you can't turn "I didn't mean to" into an actual legal defense. Because if that was the case, everyone that's ever charged with murder, I didn't mean to. Okay, well, you can go. You've been through enough.
In this case, you can go, I forgot. You can't prove I didn't. We've talked about this. You can't prove I didn't forget.
And that's the reason all of them get off. You can't prove intent. You can't prove malice. You can come up with a story of how my day went. The teacher that stopped to get donuts for a staff development meeting forgot she left her kid in the back of the car. Remembered to get the refreshments.
Donuts.
And then parks her car within the security camera view of the school, and you see her go to that car 4 or 5 times to get stuff out. She even moved it once, backed it up to the school, to get stuff out of the back, claims she never saw her kid.
That's, to me, again, unbelievable.
And she skated.
Yeah. Being a daddy, I don't know how you do it.
Why don't you just get something simple? Have a strap that goes from you to your kid, and you put it on every time you stick them in the back seat. You get out of the car, you get tugged on.
I don't need that.
You remember that you left the kid in the car.
I'm telling you, no one's going to buy it. I don't need it. I'm responsible. I don't need that. Why would I take the time and effort to put a strap between me and my child? You think I'm stupid? And then
you want me to point how many kids baked in cars?
Absolutely right.
And I'm sure the parents that baked their kids thought this is something that's beyond.
Absolutely. Could never happen to me. I know where my kids are at all times.
Why isn't there a campaign for this? I mean, I got no kids. It really doesn't make any difference to me.
It's just horrible.
But if I take one of the dogs to the vet, I don't go home and forget that I left them in the back of the truck.
And again, I keep going back to, how come we didn't do this in the 50s and 60s? You really only heard about this about the last 10 years.
It goes back to this distraction Trey's talking about.
More distracted.
You're on the phone. You got the phone up to your head. You don't look in the back seat. You got no peripheral vision. You get out of the car. You go inside. Your day plays out like you think it.
Like it always has before, except today.
Except today, we cooked the baby.
Today's the day I didn't take the kid to the daycare.
All right. You go ahead, Dan.
Okay. Well, for a lot of guys.
Hold on a second. Yes, Amy.
Hey, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
I work for the fire department, and we had a lady who left her baby in the car at a Walmart in, like, the heat of August. So we busted out her window to get the kid out, and when we got him out, he was lethargic. He couldn't hold his head up. His body temperature was like 104. She comes out of the Walmart.
I knew it. I knew this was going to be part of the story. She comes out and she's twisted because you busted the window.
She is twisted. She said, "You broke my window out. You guys are going to pay for this. I am suing the city." She wrote down all of our names, our badge numbers, everything. Even tried to sue us. I mean, she tried to sue the city.
Why did she get away?
And the kid ended up making it, but he's brain damaged. God knows how long he was in the car. She was more worried about that, $200, $300 car window. She was her own child. And when the police asked her why she didn't take the kid in the Walmart, she said because she cries too much. She doesn't know how to behave in the store.
And that parent did not go to jail?
That parent did not go to jail, to my knowledge, because the kid survived.
Well, you still have child endangerment, and in this instance, she can't feign ignorance. I forgot. She admitted, I don't want to take the kid in because he's a pain in the ass to deal with.
She said she just didn't want to have to put up with him.
Well, I'm sure that the child's a lot easier to deal with now with brain damage.
Yeah, now that they're a vegetable, I'm sure she has to change diapers. I'm sure she lost custody, but still, she didn't do any jail time that I know of. Maybe probation, but what's that when it comes down to it?
Did you guys figure out a timeline how long the child had been in the car?
Someone that was an adult who was sitting in an air-conditioned vehicle said they'd been sitting in the car 10 minutes, and that's when they realized that the kid was sitting there in the car next to them. So at least 10 to 15 minutes.
And even if she's coming out in 12, you don't want to sit in a car for half a minute with the AC off. In the middle of the summer, just sit there, turn your AC off, even on the freeway where you got a little bit of wind blowing, and see how quickly it gets uncomfortable.
It was one of those days that the heat index was like way, way, way up there, like unbearably dry. And the
I'm still missing. I'm missing the reason that nobody hauled her in the day that happened. I can see her getting off with an attorney, but I don't get why she wasn't arrested at that instant for child endangerment.
They took her. She went to the hospital, and what happened to her from there, I don't know. Unfortunately, I wish I did. Because I wasn't one of the ones that was subpoenaed to go, to court and testify. I mean, they did something to her. I just don't know what. But it wasn't jail time. From what I understand, she got probation.
I don't know how you guys kept from wigging out on this chick because she's having a fit after you saved your baby.
She was irate that we had punched her window out. She could not believe the audacity.
And nobody,
I cannot believe you broke my window.
Nobody got in her face and said, "What is your problem?"
One of the cops kind of got mouthy with her. But somebody pulled him back and was like, chill out, dude. Because there was a lot of people standing around. And I think that in public service, we're more concerned, or I know myself, I'm more concerned with someone else saying, well, I saw her do this or I saw her do that. Because the people in the part of town where I worked in, they tend to gang together. And, I think he's afraid of stepping out of line and then having a whole bunch of people saying, yeah, he was up in her face.
I don't think regardless of the part of town you're in, I don't think if a crowd's around and they just watch the lady try and bake her baby, that anybody's going to go against the cops.
Yeah. Well, just ignorance, I guess. I don't know. I wish that she would have done jail time. It's like this is the mom that threw the kids off the bridge. She'll probably plead insanity and nothing will happen to her.
Yeah, and they actually had a custody hearing to see if she was going to get the kids or not.
Yeah.
Why take the time to do that?
What a waste of time.
Plus, she's in jail. You're not going to get the kids.
No, that's our law. That's our jurisdiction.
All right, thank you, Amy.
Thanks.
All right. And I think it was Fort Worth, the city council just gave their animal control officers any authority to do whatever they need. They see an animal in a car, they can bust out every window they need to get the dog out.
Good. Excellent.
God, I'd like to do that job for a day. I'd go wailing on some windows. I would just
do you
not
see that very often? Because I don't really see.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it once at out in front of Fry's. Came out, dog sitting in the car, two of them. Windows are cracked, maybe about 2 inches each side. Dogs look okay for the time being. I don't know how long they've been there. I call the police. Officers on the way out. Oh, I told you this story.
I don't remember.
Guy comes out with his bags, heads towards the car. Amy jumps out of the truck, starts screaming at him.
Oh, yeah.
He's going through the parking lot. We parked where we could watch the car and wait for the cops. She gets out of the truck, starts zigzagging in between cars, screaming at him. Well, he's probably going to beat her ass.
I'll sit over and wait for the cops.
Sitting here with the AC on. And then he was put off when she kept coming at him and just got in the car and backed out.
Unbelievable. And so
Trey's right. I go on a absolute fantasy trip.
All right, so you walk up, you see a dog.
I'd stick dogs in cars just to beat the windows out. That's not my dog. What? What were we going to ask?
I was just asking. If you saw, okay, you're not a cop, you're not an animal control officer.
I'll pay for it.
I was going to say, would you bust the window out?
If a dog's sitting in a car, I can stick my hands on the windows, and if it feels hot in there, I'm busting the window out. I'm not going to go inside. Well, Amy did that while I called the police. She went into Fry's, told them to page the owner, and then we had called the police.
Okay. Well, you stayed and watched the dog. So you knew at least there was a timeline beginning on how long the dog had been in there.
You watch the dogs, and they still seemed okay at the time. But if it looks like they're going to start suffering from the heat, I'm busting out every window.
And I'll take the dog. I'll take him to a vet. I'll leave my card.
But I'll pay for whatever damages there are.
I just wondered if you would do that without being an officer. You'd go and bust out the window or just wait for the cops.
No.
Okay.
Because that's not going to be a priority call for the police. You don't know how long they're going to be there.
That's true.
Oh, but animal control. Sir, why did you have to bust out every window? Well,
get a
dog
breeze.
kept me.
Breeze growing. Yeah, I bust out one window and he'd go to the other side of the car.
By the way, we got your insurance card here. We went to your house and busted out.
All right, go ahead, Dan.
All right. Well, for a lot of guys, it can be embarrassing enough to have to go into a drugstore and buy a box of condoms. Well, it can be even worse to sit there and try to figure out which one to buy. So, just to make your life a little bit easier, here's a breakdown of the various types of condoms that you'll find at most stores. First, flavored condoms. These are obviously designed to make things nicer for her when she's down there. Don't get the mint variety, though, because they include menthol, which gives her an aftertaste like she just smoked a menthol cigarette. Also, there's extra thin. This condom is 20% thinner to an...
Why are you wearing a condom when it's in her mouth?
Because that's ultimately safe sex.
Yeah, all right.
Prostitutes do that.
I'll tell you what, I won't even ask. You just tell us whenever you're ready.
We're taping this show, right?
Yeah. You know how.
Because... No, wait.
Yeah?
My friend...
Okay. Is this the same guy that went to the teat bar and got the $2 BJ?
No, different guy. Somebody I worked with who got a prostitute, and he wanted that particular thing done.
He wanted oral sex. And she made him put on a condom.
Demanded on using a condom. And he thought it was kind of crappy.
Yeah. How long did you have to wear it?
I didn't ever wear it. I've never been to a prostitute.
Okay.
I've never been to a prostitute. You know this person. It's somebody we both worked with.
Mouth it.
I'm not. Don't repeat this.
Okay.
Don't repeat this.
All right.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind. Thank you, Chloe. Thanks for giving some brains in my head. I'm not telling you. You know already.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. It's somebody we both worked with, and somebody we've talked about before. They went to visit a prostitute.
Mouth it.
I'm not going to mouth it. Turn my mic off just in case.
Do it again. I missed it. Got it. David Henry.
God.
Is that right?
No.
Well, then you're going to have to do it again.
No, I'm not going to say it again. Its first name is...
Okay.
Last name?
Oh.
Yes.
Kurt Johnson?
No, I don't think so. God.
This reading lip stuff is hard.
Yeah, I'd suck at being deaf.
Close.
Go ahead, Dan.
Also, another kind of condom would be extra thin. This condom is 20% thinner to increase sensitivity, but just as reliable as a regular condom. Sorry.
Prostitutes do that.
Then there's the climax control condom. 30%.
I always hated condoms.
I do too.
Yeah. I used them because you had to. I had a chick one time. I told you this. I go to get the condom. I kept them in the kitchen. I come back. She said, "What is that?" All right, that's concerning in itself. Most guys that I've been with don't like those. Then I believe I'll wear 8.
Just wear the whole box.
Yeah, I think I'll just put the box on.
And you'll leave anyway.
She said, "I'm not having sex with one of those." You're right.
Did you throw her out?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had one tell me, I'm allergic to latex. That's all I've got. Well, I'm allergic. I don't wear them. I'm going to be leaving then. She got pissed off.
What else they make it out of?
There's
lambskin.
You have lambskin, but then there's also
polyurethane.
Yeah.
No, she wanted to go bare.
Well, she can.
Yeah.
I understand.
Oh, God.
No. That you do not care for the rubber.
No, latex.
My sweet. Are you sick of this?
No.
Okay.
I love the lover.
That's not my name.
I know your name.
What is it?
Slick.
I love that you're a Spanish lover with a trucker name.
I know you wish to feel the skin of my dragon against your furry cave walls. But I must wear it for many reasons. I will adorn a protective sheath to insulate my penis from the malodor of your mollusk. Oh. God, shoot, damn weed. That's beyond nasty. Although I do not enjoy the prophylactic restricting my blood engorged wicked weasels, now I must shield myself from your bacterial foulness. Phew, God. Hang on, how God, we damn.
Yeah.
No? Screw it. Please, let's just take that thing and soak it in gasoline. Set it ablaze. No. We'll tell the neighbors we're having a crawfish boil. My condom will also protect me from the creepies that lie within. Because of your sluttish nature, my love. I know there are many things that lurk within. I have no desire, none, to have your groovy ghoulies crawl in my pee hole. Until next time. Thank you.
Slick.
Do we need a break? All right. You want to make another run at the cash cube? It's the last time, and then we're done with it.
A little bit later, please.
Why?
I'm still not over last time's thing.
Well, those are small spiders. So far, nothing's happened. You got one in your mouth. Big deal. You made, how much cash did you get the last time? Yeah, $12 over here. What is this? That's another $9. See, $21.
Yes.
So far, it's a very profitable birthday.
Yes, just let me collect a little bit longer.
Okay. Outrageous Adventures is coming for this win.
Tomorrow?
All right.
Well, we can have it until Friday if you need it.
Possibly.
Okay, let me know.
Okay. Dan brought up a good idea during the break. By accident.
Okay, with the cash cube, what else can you do that would be worse than spiders?
Yeah.
What doesn't like to be blowed on?
Animal was?
Yeah.
Ooh. Cats?
Yes.
No. I like cats. Don't put cats in there.
So it's the opposite of the spiders. You should be happy.
Yeah.
No.
They put you in there with your friend.
Fuzzy little cat.
No cat. That's funny, but no cat. Jesus Christ.
The thing they hate worse than being blowed on is flying.
All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Gossage decided that I've become his new gold mine as far as promotion. Because he left another voicemail. And this one's packed. He's good. Is that Gail? Hi, Gail.
Hi there, Russ.
What do you got?
Well, we actually had 4 naked women walking down the service road of 35 in Fort Worth at Long, but I think they were actually just kind of maybe trying to drum up some business. I think that's right near a strip club, because they're not there now, but they were for a while. Elsewhere, in Mesquite, eastbound, or 635 heavy from, say, about 75 Central all the way to I-30 in Mesquite. On eastbound I-30 at Cooks Lane in Fort Worth, there's a crash. In Richardson, northbound 75, still heavy beginning at the Bush Turnpike all the way up into Mesquite. Lake Dallas, southbound 35 before Swisher, a wreck in the left lane. And northbound 35 before Swisher, there's a wreck in the left lane. They're just sitting there looking at each other. I'm Gail. Oh, this is brought to you by Sleep Experts. I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
Thanks, Gail. All right, 62 for the low tonight, and in the 80s tomorrow should be beautiful. Then, of course, for the weekend, more rain and back into the 70s. 76 now at Live 105.3.
And let me play this voicemail from Eddie. Everybody want to get out their pens?
Yes.
And count the plugs.
Hey, Russ, this is Eddie Gossage out at Texas Motor Speedway. I heard yesterday you mentioned that you didn't really think I was offering you all the amenities we have here at Texas Motor Speedway for the Samsung 500 next week. Man, how can I convince you otherwise? You just let me know what you want, and I'll deliver it. I guarantee you. You tell me what driver you want to meet, I'll deliver. You want to be next to me for driver introductions, I'll deliver. Tours of the garage, sweet tickets, pace car rides. You want to hang with the Doobie Brothers who are playing at the Andro Fire Strike pre-race show on Sunday, April 6th. I'm not kidding.
How many does that count for?
I've got 5 so far.
I've got 5.
Yeah, I got 5. Well, he threw all that in really close.
Yeah.
Doobie Brothers, the Andro 500, and then something else.
Man, just let me know. We want to get you out here. I'm not calling to get in plugs to buy tickets to the Samsung 500 next Sunday or the O'Reilly 300 next Saturday. I'm not here to plug TexasMotorspeedway.com. I'm calling to give you a VIP invitation to the largest sporting event in the state of Texas. Let's get you out here. I want to show you a good time. And listen, let JD know I'm handling his submission to the Gentleman Start Your Engines contest personally, like he's got a chance. So, But anyway, get back to me, Russ, and I promise we're going to take care of you. Talk to you soon. See you, man.
I got 9.
I got 9.
I'm at 9.
I had 8.
I don't know what you missed.
The 5th time he said TexasMotorspeedway.com.
Or perhaps a contest plug.
Yeah, the contest plug. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, that's 9.
I didn't count that one. I got 10 then.
Play it again.
All right.
Game's off.
Hey, Russ, this is Eddie Gossage out at Texas Motor Speedway. I heard yesterday you mentioned that you didn't really think I was offering you all the amenities we have here at Texas Motor Speedway for the Samsung 500 next week.
3.
Man, how can I convince you otherwise? You just let me know what you want, and I'll deliver it. I guarantee you. You tell me what driver you want to meet, I'll deliver. You want to be next to me for driver introductions, I'll deliver. Tours of the garage, sweet tickets, pace car rides. You want to hang with the Doobie Brothers who are playing at the Andro Fire Strike pre-race show on Sunday, April 6th. I'm not kidding, man. Just let me know. We want to get you out here. I'm not calling to get in plugs to buy tickets to the Samsung 500 next Sunday or the O'Reilly 300 next Saturday. I'm not here to plug TexasMotorspeedway.com. I'm calling to give you a VIP invitation to the largest sporting event in the state of Texas. Let's get you out here. I want to show you a good time. And listen, let JD know I'm handling his submission to the Gentleman Start Your Engines contest personally, like he's got a chance. So, But anyway, get back to me, Russ, and I promise we're going to take care of you. Talk to you soon.
I only got 8 that time.
I got 9.
I got 9.
Did you count the Start Your Engines contest?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Why have a contest if it's not open to everybody and fair?
Well, first of all, you're in the media, and I'm sure normally those people are excluded.
Why would that be excluded? The basketball player was in basketball.
You're not even a big NASCAR fan.
I love that. I love nothing more than NASCAR.
Why do you want them sterilized?
I don't want anybody sterilized in NASCAR. I don't.
All right.
Who's your favorite driver?
Well, there's a lot of them. You mind races because there's...
Pick the easiest one.
All right. Tony Watson. There's a Tony that drives.
Tony Stewart.
Okay.
Why not pick somebody like Earnhardt?
I don't like him.
Or the great Frank Chitty.
He's not in NASCAR, is he?
Yeah, he is now.
Oh, okay. Well, I know everything else about NASCAR. Don't ask me anything about NASCAR. I just love it. It's fun to watch. I've been out there more than you have, Russell.
Oh, that's saying a lot.
Well, that certainly makes you an aficionado.
Go for the cheap one.
All right, Chloe, you want to go on the cash cube now? I got to finish news.
Sure.
Okay. You guys have more cash?
Yep.
All right, Trey, you're in charge of the cash.
Okay.
JD, you're taking the wireless mic.
The wireless test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And you still haven't made any plans for your birthday over the weekend?
No, not really. Saturday night I'm going to Barflies. That's
to work or just to go?
To go. Then to a deck party at Lake Louisville.
Okay. Why are you guys still standing in here?
Well, you say go.
Well, I'm talking to Chloe to kill time.
Okay.
I want to stand in here and listen. Hey, Dan? You got the lighter?
Yeah.
All right. Space them out.
Okay.
That works.
Okay.
Got you. Here we go. Oh, there's still spiders. Dang it. Not in the case, though. Oh, there are.
What's Chloe doing?
He's getting in. Ready?
Where's the cash?
How come this is...
Yeah, where's the cash?
I got it in my hand. I throw it in.
Well, just throw it on the floor.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
It's not running.
It's on now.
Okay, there we go.
Start it up?
Yep, ready to go. Air blows.
Go ahead. Cool.
All right, Dan, go.
All right. Woohoo. Woohoo.
Open the door. Hold the door closed.
Now it came out. Don't break it, Chloe. Stop.
Start it again.
Okay.
Don't let him out.
Don't bang or break it. Just take it like a man, will you? Get some money. There you go.
Hurry up, Dan.
He's collecting.
Video.
Up, got it. Oh.
All right, let him out.
And there go the spiders. Oh, no, let's turn it on again. Happy birthday to you. Oh, God, those are everywhere. Break it.
All right, let him out.
All right, hold on.
Just let him out.
Hang on. Quit it. All right, come on out. Quit. Hurry up. Jump. Oh, spider on me.
How much money do you get?
Fireworks? Are you serious?
Let me see what you got. How are you still able to grab cash with fireworks and spiders? We should throw snakes in there.
Yes.
You got $6, $7, $8. What does that put him up to? 30?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe we'll do this every day through Friday. What is it, Trey?
Someone's still on him.
Is that what you're laughing at?
Yeah. Jesus.
Did you get him off? And that cash cube fills up fast with the smoke.
Yeah, it does.
Was it hard to breathe?
Yeah. It's hard to scream.
You know what? I'm going to take the purifier out there just in case for the smoke. Or do you think it's necessary?
Yeah, it didn't look too bad out there.
Okay.
I think I inhaled it all.
All right, Dan. Ready to pick up?
Sure.
Did you do a legal ID?
Yeah.
Yes, no.
No.
611 at KLLI, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Dan O'Malley's here with news.
Thank you, Russ. NATO forces sent jets to escort 2 Russian long-range Air Force bombers patrolling neutral skies near Alaska on Wednesday.
How are the skies neutral near Alaska?
It's neutral skies near Alaska, so it's like right before you get to Alaska airspace.
Wouldn't the airspace for the U.S., isn't it just like the waters, like a couple 100 miles out?
Well, up there, I forgot what it's called on Russia, but you're only a couple 100 miles apart from Russia.
You're still within our 200-mile radius.
Well, they have their own airspace too, so it's probably neutral for both parties. But they did it kind of as just a drive-by. Say, hello, I'm not touching you.
Yeah, I'm not bombing you is basically what they were doing. Russia's military has resumed its Cold War practice of flying regular patrols far beyond its borders, and in the last year has also sent turboprop Tu-95s over U.S. naval aircraft carriers and the Pacific island of Guam. Originally designed to drop nuclear bombs, the Tu-95, Russia's equivalent of the U.S. Air Force's B-52, is a Cold War icon refitted for surveillance and maritime patrols.
Trey, why are they dancing around this? Just alert the U.S. We've reinstated the Cold War, and that's the way it's going to be.
Because they're jacking with us, because they know sooner or later they're going to come too close and we're going to knock one of their planes down, and it's going to be on at that point.
And it'll look like we started it.
Yeah.
You're in our airspace. You're near Alaska.
It's much more serious is when they're doing over our aircraft carriers and stuff like that, where...
Well, hang on, stop. Which one's more serious, Alaska or flying over our carriers?
Militarily, our carriers. In times of peace, that's a no-no. You don't put a bomber over someone else's carrier.
And why did Vladimir say he was doing this?
He wants to show that Russia is the superpower that it once was. They're spending a ton of money on their military, trying to bring it up to date. And
it's funny, you called this a couple of years ago. Maybe a year and a half.
I'm just waiting for them to redo their constitution to give Vlad his power back.
Now, when he steps down, who takes over? He's got a guy taking...
Medved.
And then what does Vladimir become?
He's going to become Prime Minister.
Okay.
And Prime Minister will soon be President, Prime Minister.
Okay.
Well, the disastrous hurricanes of recent years have become the poster children of global warming.
I'll walk it off.
Well, scientists don't want to walk it off. But
if this story is the one that I think it is this the one that says, get over it?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Walk it off.
Roger A. Pilkey Jr., an environmental policy expert at the University of Colorado at Boulder, wondered whether the billions of dollars of damage was caused by more intense storms or more coastal development. After analyzing decades of hurricane data, Pilkey concluded that rising levels of carbon dioxide had little to do with hurricane damage. Rather, it boiled down to a simple equation: build more, lose more. Pilkey's analysis, published last month in the journal Natural Hazards Review, is part of a controversial movement that argues global warming over the rest of this century will play a much smaller role in unleashing planetary havoc than most scientists think.
Well, just because he's on that side of it doesn't mean it's right. There's other scientists that will scream up and down, it's us, we're melting the
polar ice caps.
Polar caps, and it's going to be the end of the world.
Had a big chunk of them come off yesterday.
So
it's bad. It killed polar bears.
It snowed here 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay. It's still technically winter.
It never snows this time of year.
Oh,
that's why it was a story.
But our planet Earth ice cap's been there for hundreds of thousands of years.
I don't live on the ice caps. I don't have any polar bear partners. I live here, and it doesn't look like global warming is an issue. And it doesn't make any difference what we do. This planet is still going to continue to heat while it rotates around that big flaming thing in the sky. That's where global warming comes from. It comes from the sun.
Oh, the
sun.
Because we're burning up the ozone and the UV rays are getting...
How do we know that the sun isn't burning off the ozone? We rotate around that thing every day. And we have for billions of years.
Yes.
After a period of time, it's going to take its toll on the ozone. We're cooking like a nice rotisserie chicken. It's the sun.
Well, we're cooking from the inside and outside.
Then put the sun out.
I think that would make things difficult.
Pick one. You want global warming or you want no sun?
Well, I'd have to go with global warming because otherwise we'd all freeze to death.
Well, so like I said, walk it off. There's nothing that we're going to do that's going to dramatically change global warming. We're going to have more people. We're going to have more cars. We're going to have more pollution. And we're going to need more beef to eat. And it's the cows and their four-stomach farts that are causing a lot of it.
And the clearing of land to raise cattle.
We got to eat.
Well, they don't eat so much meat.
Other people eat meat. And you're still going to have those cows roaming around cooking up their four-stomach farts.
No, because when you clear more land, you make more cows.
For the people that you have to feed. We're carnivorous. We eat meat. We rotate around the sun. That's causing the warming. That's
soy.
why it's hot.
Soy is a cheaper, good alternative?
No.
It is.
They've even done calculations on buying a car, a hybrid. You got to drive it for years before you even break even. And that doesn't include any money you possibly lost on the car that you traded in to get one of those things. It ain't worth it. Ain't nobody going to do it. Nobody's going to carpool. If they were, the HOV lanes would be 5 across on the freeway. Now, it's just enough for a few cars.
Just to make a point. Enough to make a point.
Doesn't do any good.
No, not at all.
I mean, really, those cars that are in the HOV lane, how much pollution do you think we're really eliminating?
Oh, you're probably adding to it because they go faster than normal traffic.
No. I seem to get behind the ones that like to drive slow, so the traffic on the outside of the HOV lane is moving faster.
That's so frustrating. I've done that.
And a lot of times, it's those guys in cabs who won't, in some HOV lanes you can get out of the way, they won't move. It's almost like some inalienable right. I got to stay in the left lane, and I'm not moving for you, you capitalistic dick.
I'm a cab.
They do that everywhere. When I'm coming to work on 114, the little purple bastards are in the left lane. Yep. You're behind them. They're going 60. I'm going faster. Move.
I don't want to get stopped.
Then get in the other lane.
No, I have the right to be here.
Why is it everybody that's blocking the left lane ain't from here?
They want to be there. They have the right.
The left lane is for faster moving traffic. Right. You and your purple bug ain't handling it. Move.
Conserving fuel.
Conserve it in the left lane. I'm burning fuel in the left lane.
That's why they are conserving in the left lane.
I meant move to the right lane. Get out of the way. Move!
And by doing it's helping you conserve fuel because you can't get past them.
I'm helping you.
No, it is. I end up burning more fuel. When I get past them, I drive even faster. Move. It's either the purple ones or the green ones. The yellow ones always move. I don't know why. And the yard trucks. You can't drive fast. We get stopped.
Well, they will.
That's the wrong accent, but you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Why don't we just make the right lane for anybody that don't live here?
You can't do that.
Over to the right. If you're a foreigner, you get off to the right.
The foreigner lane.
Yes.
You can't do that.
Dan?
America has reached a point where almost half its population is described as being in some way mentally ill. And nearly a quarter of its citizens, 67.5 million, have taken antidepressants. These statistics have sparked a widespread debate about whether people are taking far more medication than is needed for problems that may not even be mental disorders.
Of course.
Studies indicate that 40% of all patients fall short of the diagnoses that doctors and psychiatrists give them, yet 200 million prescriptions are written annually in America to treat depression and anxiety.
Do doctors get money from the pharmaceutical companies?
No.
They
get perks, like they'll bring them lunch, they get samples, but
it's almost like the record industry when JD was getting his free van.
The free van. I never got a free van.
As you write script, if you write a lot for one particular medicine, they're going to be hanging out more.
Actually, that makes perfect sense because a doctor adding, a new prescription to his, writing out to people, it's the same thing as JD adding some new song.
I got nothing for it, ever. Nothing.
You got the van.
Then
you pay cash for.
I paid my cash, my money.
That program director you were working with that got the prostitute.
Oh, please don't do this.
Did they offer you one?
No.
Why not? Did you ask for one?
No. It wasn't. I'm sure at that time it was just known. I was married and I wasn't into that.
Well, wasn't he married too?
Can we not do this on the air?
Wasn't he married?
Yes.
Didn't he come out later complaining he only got a BJ?
He came out and said that, yes. That was, I believe, his choice, though. Because I think they paid, I remember the money. At the time, to me, it seemed like unbelievable. I want to say $350.
How long was he in there?
Had up to an hour, they told me.
All he got was blown?
Mm-hmm. That was his choice. He's been respectful for his wife.
Maybe it took that long to pull his velour shirt up over that fat belly of his.
That's what I'm thinking. She earned that money. She was hot, too.
And you didn't ask for one?
No, it wasn't my deal.
Where's my prostitute? Go screw your van.
No, I didn't ask for one.
Like he's so high and mighty. Oh, no, I was married.
I was married.
Didn't stop you later.
I was happily married. Ass.
At what point did you decide it was okay to go outside the marriage?
When we separated and were filed for divorce.
But you were still legally married. So the vows and the promises you made were still in force.
Yeah, the night I walked in and somebody else was in my bed, I figured, all the bets are off.
I believe you were screwing your neighbor before that.
You have such a good memory.
It's the way that you told it. Banging her on your trampoline. Yeah. I can see my house.
She could. She said that.
You also banged her in their hot tub?
Can we just move on to news? There's so much to talk about today.
All right.
Thank you.
A South Florida grandmother is...
How often was he out of town when you were screwing her?
Oh, my neck is killing me.
Did he travel a lot?
Yeah, he was a salesman. He traveled quite a bit.
I don't believe that's what he did.
Yes, that's what he did.
Did you ever call him back?
Yes. We talked for a long time. He's my best friend now.
All right, Dan.
A South Florida grandmother is recovering from injuries after one of the 5 children she was babysitting put 2 aerosol spray cans in the oven and blew up the kitchen. The explosion blew off.
Oh, so we can't play outside no more.
Right. You can't.
All right.
Nasty little children.
Watch this, bitch.
The explosion blew off the oven door and sent flames across the woman's legs, arms, and chest. The fire then spread to other parts of the kitchen. Investigators have not yet determined which child put the cans in the oven or who turned the oven on. She was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Does it say how old the kids were that threw the aerosol cans in there?
No, it just said one of the 5 children she was babysitting.
All right.
Why? What does that matter?
At a certain age, you're going to know not to do that. And, well, you're throwing them in there for a reason. You know something's going to happen. That's why I want to know how old they were.
Okay. What else blows up? Somebody told me the other day. Oh, I shouldn't say this. Never mind. Somebody will do it, and I'll get sued. I'll tell you off the air later.
Mouth it. Champagne bottle?
Why do we do it off the air if you're going to repeat it?
I don't know. What do you do with it?
Nothing.
Bing. Put it in the microwave? For how long?
I don't know how long it takes.
Well, you know anything under the pressure is going to explode in the microwave. You can do that with eggs.
Pretty sure, yeah. Somebody said they did it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not a good idea. Very, very, very dangerous. Can kill everybody in the neighborhood.
I don't think there are going to be many kids running down to Majestic to get some Dom.
I'm not saying kids. I'm saying some adult do it and I get sued.
Then you're out.
This from Sacramento, California. Janitors will rally at noon on Thursday at Crocker Park to demand better benefits. Their union is organizing a march as they try to work out a new contract with local maintenance companies. The janitors said they want higher wages, access to health care, and respect.
Gotcha.
Give me time.
Nice delivery, Dan.
I just slow the pace down, make sure you got a full mouthful of whiskey.
Hang on. Why do they mop up vomit?
Kids, they feel they require respect.
They pick up trash, they mop up vomit.
And since they do it and no one else will, they are obviously stepping up to the plate.
Nobody else will do it because nobody really wants to show that on their resume that they used to mop up yak.
Yeah.
So how do you twist this to where we want more respect?
I think they're saying respect.
But then give them a title like it's Starbucks. You're the what is it?
Barista?
Yeah, the barista vomit.
The vomit barista?
Yeah. Now, go mop that up.
I don't know if they mean respect like in, wow, you're a janitor. That's fantastic. I think more in the sense of better wages and better health care kind of respect.
Jimmy, that puke was a grande.
They give them rankings.
The janitors?
Yeah.
You better have a punchline.
Just start out at the bottom, work your way up.
And the bottom is what?
I don't know. Private first class? Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Spin it.
Fine.
I see it.
You won Russell Tell. You'll be blindfolded while Russ shoots a plethora of exciting items from your head. Good luck.
We still have the BB gun.
Sure do.
All right, pull out some things during the break.
BB gun?
Yeah. You've gone through this before.
Yeah, but I had on a big sumo suit at the time.
I don't think so.
Not with the Dr. Peppers. Diet Dr. Pepper, excuse me.
Now I forget. I wasn't listening to the intro. Am I blindfolded or is he?
I believe, well, you may have to play it again because I can't remember. I remember there's a blindfold.
Well, no, he says you'll be blindfolded, but he doesn't specify the shooter or the shootee.
Do me then.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Get the stuff during the break. Do we need a break now?
Yes.
What?
You can't be blindfolded.
Why?
Because that would make your aim even worse.
Yeah.
That's what makes it
and
all
I
the
have
more
to see
impressive.
it coming.
Or you can have a blindfold too. Okay. All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show. Call Russ, who's impervious to all that surrounds him. Now at 214-787-1053.
Why is Chloe doing it?
I paid him $100.
You said 200.
No, I said 100. And you agreed.
You said 200.
I'd hold out.
You said 200. You said, gonna give you a couple $100.
This is a shakedown.
You've got the money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want... I'll give you 200 cash. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
But I'm taking those good tickets to Jimmy Buffett that Majestic offered you.
You take those from him. I'm taking your trailer from away from you for NASCAR.
Okay.
You don't want it?
You take Trey's trailer away, I'm going to take your job.
Why?
Because we're doing a circle jerk. It was my turn.
That seems a little overboard.
How much you going to give him to take your penalty?
Fine. I'll give you 200.
Okay. Make that his birthday present.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Chloe, instead of the cash that you're getting out of the cash cube, because so far all you guys like $30-something, would you rather have the cash or you want a gift? I found something over the weekend that actually you and I have talked about before that you really wanted. You could get great use out of. So I give you the option. Because I can get it as late as Friday, and Friday's your birthday.
I'll take the gift. Yeah, let's go for something we've talked about. I mean, both you and I passionately, then, yeah, that's cool.
You give me my own Majestic.
Oh, you can use that.
It's the best birthday. I wonder what Danny at Majestic would charge me. Lock Chloe in a Majestic for an hour. He can't take anything with him. He's got to ingest it all.
Oh, Jesus. It'd just be the decision.
Would you prefer that? Because Danny would probably let us do that.
Yeah, he would.
Just sign a waiver.
No, I'll take the gift.
Okay. You decide.
Okay.
Okay. We'll do news and then we'll get to the rest of this.
Okay.
644, Dan O'Malley's here with more news.
I'm going to read the headline to this one. You just tell me if you want the rest of the story.
Okay.
Walmart is suing a brain-damaged former employee for $470,000.
No. Don't set it down. What is it?
In 2000, 52-year-old Debbie Shank from Jackson, Missouri, signed up for the health and benefits plan at Walmart, where she was a shelf stocker. In May of that same year, her car was hit by a large commercial truck. She suffered permanent brain damage and was forced to be in a wheelchair. And since Debbie couldn't care for herself anymore, she had to move into a nursing home. Debbie and her husband sued the trucking company and were awarded nearly $1 million in the settlement. After taxes and legal fees, they were left with about $417,000, which they put in a trust to help Debbie's long-term care.
Well, didn't Walmart help pay a lot of the medical expenses?
Under the terms of Debbie's health plan agreement, Walmart had Walmart had paid $470,000 to cover Debbie's medical costs. Now, under the terms of Debbie's health plan agreement, Walmart has the legal right to recoup any expenses if an employee collects damages in a lawsuit. So they decided to sue to get their money back, and they won. Now, Debbie and her husband, Jim, have appealed the ruling, and they lost. They were hoping that the Supreme Court would hear their case, but just last week they found out that's not going to happen. Now Walmart wants the $277,000 that's left in her trust. And keep in mind, this is coming from a company that reported over $374 billion in sales last year.
I don't care what their profits are. If you legally agreed to something, they said, and they agreed to that, then you lost the cash. And what they did with the $200,000 that was in the trust? Because you said now there's only $277 left.
That's a part that I didn't figure out of this story. I don't know if it's already gone to something like towards her nursing home bills, or
I'm sure that said it happened 8 years ago. I'm sure cost of her care has got to be $35,000-$40,000 a year.
Well, next time you're brain damaged, you'll be a little more frugal, because now they're going to lose the $277.
That's jacked. And it's fine print on an insurance policy. She's ruined for life.
Walmart gave them the money up front to make sure that she had everything she needed. You agreed to this. Why is it you're surprised when you actually have to fulfill a contractual obligation? I don't. And the excuse of, well, they got it. I don't have to pay the credit card companies anything. I declare bankruptcy because they got it. Morally, you still owe that debt. I don't know why anybody uses the excuse of, well, they're not going to miss it. Make any difference. You owe it.
But this woman won't be able to take care of herself. She's probably got another 30, 40 years, and now they took whatever money she has left. She can't earn money.
She wouldn't be alive now if Walmart hadn't fronted the cash for her medical expenses.
Well, in this case, she'd probably have been better off dead.
This is the way. Okay. Well, that was a choice that they made. I want to be alive. I want the money from Walmart up front.
Unfortunately, I'm totally betrayed, but the law stands, because I found this out when I got my shoulder done. And it's not fine print. It's actually very large print that you sign a thing that's saying anything they put it, if you get money out of it, like I did when I fell off the stage, you pay us first. You pay whoever gave you medical expenses first, and then you can have whatever's left over.
All right, when you fell off the stage at Cowboys, and then you got money, who did you have to pay? I
had to pay our insurance people back. Just whatever they fronted, like for the emergency room and for having the shoulder fixed and all that money had to go out first.
Now, the only reason I don't think in your case the insurance company should have got anything is because they didn't go after weren't part of the lawsuit. They didn't do anything. They just sat back.
Doesn't matter. It's in the print, and it's. I even asked before. I said, "Do I got to go back and pay my insurance company?" He went, "Yes, I'm afraid so. You can fight it all you want. You're going to end up paying it."
Percentage-wise, you had to give up how much?
10%.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
Especially since they covered everything up front.
They covered it up front.
Made sure that you were okay.
They did.
Made sure that you got better.
And you signed a piece of paper.
Same instance in this. You got the brain damaged, retarded lady in a wheelchair, got the money up front. All of a sudden, you got to pay it back. Well, I don't want it.
It's very sad, but that's exactly what happens.
Did you deduct your monthly premiums from that? Or did they do that? Or
they figured all that out, what I owed them. And they listed out, emergency room, shoulder surgery, da-da-da-da. Get one piece of paper says, here's what you owe us from your settlement.
And why is this jacked, Trey?
Because in this case, JD has the ability to earn. He's not going to be forever disabled. This woman is forever disabled.
Then you don't sign the contract. You don't make the agreement with Walmart.
Well, show some compassion.
They showed compassion. They shoved the money up front. They didn't know if she was ever going to sue or get any cash from the lawsuit.
Even though that it's paltry compared. That money's not going to last them another 5-6 years. Then she's screwed anyways.
Exactly. So Walmart doesn't deserve the money.
They can show some compassion.
They did. They gave her the money up front.
On Black and White, it looks terrible. Husband's working 2 jobs to afford her care. He's recovering from prostate cancer. I know none of this matters to the insurance company. None of it. Believe me, I've talked to them. They don't want to hear all your sad stories. But on the paper, it looks terrible. The couple's oldest son, 18-year-old Jeremy, was killed in Iraq. They have 2 other kids that want to go to college. I mean, I know it's a sad story. I know it's pulling your heartstrings. But when it breaks right down to it, unfortunately, Walmart can ask for every penny back.
And now all they're getting is $277. So Walmart's getting screwed out of $200,000. There'll be no more happy faces there.
Man, all those prices will have to go back up.
Yeah, no telling what it's going to do to the economy. Selfless dick. Go ahead, Dan.
Last Saturday, 34-year-old Patsy Long of Deepwater, Missouri, was helping her husband Ronald install a satellite TV system on their house. I think everyone's read the story.
Chuck? I don't know if we let him in on it now or not.
No.
I'll just read it to him, and you guys can just gauge his reaction.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Last Saturday, 34-year-old Patsy Long of Deepwater, Missouri, was helping her husband Ronald install a satellite dish on their house, but there was a problem.
Couldn't get the dish aligned?
No.
Couldn't find the satellites?
No, that didn't seem to be the issue.
No signal?
I don't know if they ever got that far. In order to run the wires from inside to the dish, they had to drill a hole through the exterior of the house. But their house must have been made of something very sturdy because they couldn't get anything to pierce the actual wall.
Eddie Boyd used to do this when he would drill holes in his house to run cables. He'd use this exact same MO.
That I could see, but
you see it coming, Chuck? Yeah.
Since he couldn't get anything else to pierce the wall, Ronald pulled out his .22 hand pistol and began to shoot bullets into the wall.
Tell me when you see him coming out.
I'll shove the wires.
Now, the wall is actually tough enough. The first bullet didn't break through the wall. But the second one did. And it went through the wall. Right into his wife's chest. Because Patsy was standing on the outside of the house, and Ronald, who was inside, didn't know she was directly in the line of fire. She collapsed. Ronald and a neighbor who came running when he heard the gunshot began doing CPR. Ambulance arrived, but by the time they got her to the hospital, she was dead. Prosecutors are deciding whether or not to charge Ronald with manslaughter, which could get him up to 7 years in prison.
That wasn't his intent. He's trying to drill a hole.
I think that's
why it works out in his benefit. Now I ain't got to watch anything on VH1.
Which is all things his wife would have wanted to watch anyway.
Yeah.
The manslaughter versus murder, it's like murder, I think, is the intent. Manslaughter is, okay, you killed someone, really didn't mean to, but we're still going to send you away.
Well, he could have been doing anything. He could have been on the roof putting up a TV antenna, fell, the antenna hit some electrical wires, got her. You still don't penalize him for that.
Yes, well, in the gun case, yeah, you're responsible, as you well know, being a CHL, carrying a gun.
You don't have to have a CHL, not to shoot holes through your house to run wires.
But that's one of the things they teach you in class, where you're responsible for that bullet whenever you fire until it stops. So even if you got a burglar coming in your house, you fire through them, goes through the door, and kills your neighbor, you're responsible for the neighbor. Even though the burglar was...
Nobody told her to stick her puss up against the wall where the bullets are coming out.
She was there helping him.
You heard the first bullet. You heard the first fire. It didn't penetrate anything. At that point, you should probably duck.
I'm sure she thought it was going to come through somewhere else. Not right here, obviously. Surely he wouldn't shoot here. He knows I'm standing right here. Or did he?
Yeah. Sunday nights are mine.
He just in right here by this electrical outlet, honey.
Yeah. A bunch of desperate housewives.
Good. Last year, 72-year-old Leroy Shadd of Hudson, Kansas, pleaded guilty to a felony molestation charge after admitting he had committed an unlawful sex act with an 11-year-old boy. The judge sentenced Leroy to 5 years of probation and 5 years of house arrest, along with another unique punishment. He was ordered to put signs all over his house and his car so that everyone in town knows he's a sex offender. All 4 sides of Leroy's White House now have a sign that reads, "A sex offender lives here." And his Ford Escort has a green sign with big yellow letters that read, "Sex offender in this car."
Well, that's jacked up to his neighbors.
Why?
Well, your property value just went down probably 20% because you've just...
Yeah, nice drive-up value.
Yeah.
Curb appeal.
I love this neighborhood, honey.
There's a car with the stuff on the side of it. They letting homos drive in NASCAR now? You want to know where the predators are?
Fine, make a move, but don't penalize his neighbors.
I don't think legally you can make a move, can you?
I don't believe you can.
But you mean you literally... No, if someone tries to sell their house anywhere around him, you're screwed. And that's not fair to them.
So it's going to be better to let a child accidentally wander into that yard, or at least the parents know that's a house that we don't under any reason go there trick-or-treating.
You know what? You can do something subtle where people know you don't do it on all four sides of the house and the car.
Is it all four sides?
Yes, it's all four sides of the house.
And the car.
Sex offender on board.
I'm fine with it. A tattoo as well. Mark him any place he goes at any time.
But don't.
So if I've got a child, I know while this guy's around, I don't turn loose of my kid's hand. Because these guys, most of them, can't be rehabilitated. I want to know exactly where you are nonstop. And if anybody's just driving through visiting, they see that house, they know that we don't go there for any reason to trick or treat.
Well, I also know we don't go there for any reason to live. And you just screwed all of your neighbors.
It's still a protection aspect.
Well, it's still, you have to be fair. At some point, they've got to be fair to the neighbors and say, they can't move their house, they can't sell it.
Hold on a second. Have any of the neighbors in this story, does it say they've complained?
Actually, no.
See, nobody has a problem with it but you.
Oh, I bet sooner. When they go to try to sell their house, yeah, they'll have a problem with it. I don't care if you tattoo them with a scarlet letter, says M on it for molester. Fine. But all four sides of the house and the car?
No, the M's not going to work. They're going to think he's Speed Racer. So go ahead.
In which case your property values are just skyrocketing.
Yeah.
All right, how about P for pervert?
X?
X works.
Racer X.
Walked right into that one.
All right, so how do you mark it? How do you mark the house so nobody knows to go there? Or everybody knows don't go there?
Paint the front door pink.
All right. So, if I understand it correctly, you're more concerned about the property values and money I might lose, or you might lose, as opposed to a child's safety.
No, you can have a balance for both.
I think this is a perfect balance. The guy molested an 11-year-old boy.
If this happened to you, when you're trying to sell your house in Plano, all of a sudden your neighbor, a judge orders that.
Which neighbor?
The one right next door to you.
Okay.
Or the nosy one across the street.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Okay. As big as day, all across the front of their house, child molester lives here. Stay away, child molester, where it is an eyesore. It's a nuisance. And you couldn't sell your house, you would be furious.
You don't think I'd be able to sell it at all?
I think you'd sell it for $100,000 less than you did.
To me, that's worth it if I know where a child molester is.
Do you not see these tunnels coming, Trey? We need one of those little headlamps if you like.
It wouldn't work. It's like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
The coyote. It's just painted on. I run into the wall.
Yeah. Very visual. Thank you.
Sorry.
If it means that I know exactly where a predator is nonstop, and I got to pay a little cash to help a kid out, I don't care. God bless the children.
Is that what you say when you write your tax bill?
No! Damn. 3/4 of what I pay in my taxes for the city goes straight to the school district. They won't let me in there.
God bless the children.
I don't know. Kids. They won't let me in. They won't let me tour. I don't get a wing named after me, and I pay enough for a wing.
I understand.
Won't let me look at any cheerleaders. Won't let me sit out in front in my truck.
No. That's called stalking. You can go see the cheerleaders at the football game, pay the money, and go in here and watch.
Well, they won't let you off at games.
No, that is one of the rules.
Do we need a break before Lycus? All right, come back and get everything set up in the hall. And you're going to take Trey's punishment for the 2 bills?
$200.
All right, we'll be back.
Show. It's an afternoon fraternity with a lot of hazing. The Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
It's after 7 o'clock. Should we do this tomorrow?
It's always fun, today or tomorrow. It's your call. It's all set up, ready to go if you want to.
Yeah, we can do it today.
Let's do it. Okay, good.
All right. Who's got the wireless mic?
I do.
Okay. Somebody got the wireless headphones?
I do not. I will on the way out. They're right there.
All right. Because I got to leave the console.
Okay.
Dan, you're going to have to run the board. Sure. And Chloe, you're still... Did you get your money from Trey yet?
Oh, no, not yet.
I would make this an upfront deal.
Yeah. Cough it up, bro.
Cool. All right.
Ready?
Trey, take him out there. Put the blindfold on him.
Okay.
Dan, you're going to run the console. The other wireless headphones. Chuck, you stay in here because as soon as we're done, we'll be ready to go.
Is the remote switch already pulled up for JD?
Test.
It is now.
Cool.
Thank you.
There we go.
All right.
Let me get down here beside him.
You got it?
Yeah.
You have to come.
Oh, there's another spider in here.
Get my glasses.
JD stepping on spiders
Yeah.
out there.
It's not near you, Chloe. Don't worry.
All right.
All right, Chloe's got the blindfold on. Russ, you going to have one too?
No.
Okay. You okay, bro?
All right.
Okay, here we go.
What was that?
It's nothing. Stand there.
Okay.
You ready?
John, you're in my way unless you want me to shoot around.
I'd like you not to. No, I'm trying to get behind the Coke machine.
All right. That's the first thing on his head.
Is that the first thing on his head? Okay, here we go. We'll go with this.
Okay.
All right. Well, be still.
I'm being still.
Hang on. It didn't fire.
Missed him. Okay. Didn't fire.
No. Sorry.
Are you using the one with the laser?
Yeah, but it's dry.
Okay, hold on.
What the hell? All right, let me
Jesus, gotta do it.
Where's the BB gun?
Who's Kazuma? It's in the studio?
I got it.
All right.
Wasn't right. Where'd it go?
I don't see it. Where's the BB gun? I got it.
Love how we plan these out. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Nice shot. Okay. Next one. We'll do another. Hold on.
You're in my way.
I'm trying to get it on his head. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. Hold still.
Oh, hush.
What the hell was that?
What was that?
God, it's all.
What was that?
The next one on his head.
Oh my God! Hold on!
Hang on.
Jesus! Hey!
If you move, it's gonna fall off.
It's stuff going in my face. Ah, Jesus! It's
Give me a cheese whiz.
Okay, cheese whiz it is. Hang on. 2 seconds. Cheese.
down my arm.
There's cheese whiz. Hold on. Okay.
I
think you had it.
Hang on.
Here we go.
It's everywhere.
Whoa!
Quiet!
You're making me nervous. That's not gonna pop that can of cheese. Put that other can of booze form on there.
Okay. Hold on. All right. It's on his head. It's on his head.
Stop moving.
Don't move, Chloe. He's covered. He's covered in it. Oh, he's got on me.
All right, hold that symbol up. Hold the symbol over his head.
Okay, hang on a sec. Symbol.
What's the symbol for?
Up on the head. Hold on. So shut up.
Chill.
I'm trying. Give me a second to balance
Just
it.
hold it over his head.
All right, go ahead.
I don't know.
fell off.
One more. I don't have a change of
Oh,
clothes.
still.
I gotta work tonight.
Last,
What do you want?
put that glass bowl in there.
All right, glass bowl.
Oh.
Glass bowl.
Cut me.
No, it's not. Oh, just relax, man.
Set.
It's set. If he doesn't move.
Hold it.
Okay. Just hurry up. Jesus.
I don't believe we'll see him again. I had straight up.
I had Trey about 20 feet behind him with a cannon. Where'd he go?
I have no idea. He's just gone.
I was trying to watch on the camera. I just heard a shriek, and I didn't see him.
I thought we were going to have a bad accident. He levitated, twisted, I believe in midair, and then ran over the top of the wine bottle.
Trey, go see if you can find him. All right, sugar, let's go. What does it sound like in here?
It sounds like a freaking cannon.
All right, let's go.
All right, for more information about the Russ Martin Show, including pictures, videos, cannons, and more, go to russmartin.com. To answer any question you may have about the show, go to russmartin.info. To instant email the show, and only during the show, send that to studio@russmartin.com. Other show websites, johndavidryan.com, danantasos.com, djclo.com, treytrenholm.com, and for Chuck on the keyboards, chuckwheat.com. The official caterer of the show is Sugar Babies Barbecue. Their website, sugarbabiesbbq.com. Limo service is provided by Limo George. His website, limogeorge.com. Russ gets his guitars and band equipment from the Guitar Center. Their website, guitarcenter.com. The official liquor store of the show is Majestic Fine Wine and Spirits. Their website, majesticliquors.com.
Trey, hang on. Did you find him, Trey?
Those taillights going.
And the official site for Live 105.3 is live1053.com.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Come on.
You can now listen to The Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info.